What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants. Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
Why'd you do it, Gary? I thought we were friends.
Friends? You and me. I've taken dumps that had more brains than you, friend. No, I'm taking over this school, and you're just a liability. See you around, moron.
I saw your face. I'll remember you.
You forget 1,000 things every day. How about you make sure this is one of them?
I asked for a fair day's pay after a fair day's work. And he kind of got a little angry. So I admit, I kind of got a little angry.
Did you kill him?
No, I didn't kill her. But I did kidnap his wife. Oh, no. Hey, Big Smoke, it's me, Karl. Chill.
CJ. Oh my God, what's up?
Lucia, do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
So how did you know she was gonna betray us? What'd she say? It was in her eyes, in the way she was leading us. But you said you knew Spanish.
Our time has passed. Yeah.
Sorry, Tommy. This is Vice City. This is business. You sold us out. No, I sold you out. I sold you out.
You know, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that we must obey the rules of the game. We can pick the game, Nico Bellic, but we cannot change the rules.
Tell you one thing, T. I'm getting too old for this nonsense.
It's showtime!
It's time for you to have opinions of our own. This is WCTR.
Evening, treacle. Shall we get amongst it? Right then. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's get amongst it because you are tuned into the award-winning #1 non-fictional, completely fictional radio station from Liberty. It's Leonardo, gas no breaks, so you better get in where you fit in, you little punk. Rick. We're doing Cheese Weasels. The Grand Theft Auto 6 negativity does not seem to be coming to an end anytime soon, but will it meet its match on August 27th in just 13, count them, 13 days' time? Or is it about to get so much worse? Are we building ourselves up too much? Are we building ourselves up too much when it comes to this Netflix shit? With rumours of half an hour long episodes and apparent leaks pointing towards more than one episode. Is it going to be a 3-part series? When both Netflix and Rockstar haven't confirmed Jack Schmidt. 8 days ago, we have killed for a 2-minute story trailer, but now we are seeing Frem Brothers say anything less than 10 minutes is a failure. When let's not forget the first gameplay trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2 was only 6 minutes long, and the second one was even shorter than that. We're all getting excited and handing out circle jerks at the front door, but what if in 13 days it's not what you're expecting? What if in 13 days it's not what the majority are expecting? It's not a half-an-hour event. It's not a 15-minute breakdown. Is this going to bring us to Thunderdome 3 months out from the game itself? Are the haters and the doubters going to have an absolute field day? But for those who are excited and don't want to see the downfall of Grand Theft Auto, what's your predictions for the Netflix extended look? Are you staying realistic, or are you going full balls to the wall? It's an hour long, take my money MCT, and break out the lube and red panties time. As always, we want to give a big shout out to all the Friend Brothers for supporting this channel. If you want to join the campaign Cowboys, then click join or follow the link down in the description. Don't be a weasel cheese all your life, Kyle. Click that subscribe button. You know what? While you're here, you might as well click the like button and help MCT out with that bullshit algorithm. I appreciate you knocking boots with that down. Let's come to YouTube. Let's give some shout outs and let's see what we're working with. Oh man, look at the state of all you lot. You lot have got nothing better to do, by the way. I just want to quickly point that out. You lot have got nothing better to do on a Dust Bowl Friday than to watch MCT talk absolute bollocks for the next 3 hours. You know what? I appreciate it, man. Can't say thank you enough. Oh man, how are we all doing this fucking heat, by the way? It is, I think it's about 23 degrees at the moment in the UK. I think it's gonna be dipping down in the next couple of hours, and then that should be it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Also, by the way, I think it was Luke was in the chat before saying apparently he's right next to a wildfire in the UK. Now, they're quite foreign for us in the UK, to be honest. We're not used to wildfires, but if anyone's dealing with all that shit that's going on right now in regards to one of the hottest summers in the UK, man, just stay safe on those streets. That's all I implore you to. Just fucking stay safe on those streets, man, and just take care of you and your loved ones. Right, let's give some shout outs. We've got Dibstar. You know what? I never fucking said that name for my entire goddamn life. Ken, tell that little weasel what time it is on a Friday.
It's showtime!
Appreciate you, Big Stepper. We've also got Heat 1995, ASD, Lord Tordai, ZR Moo, again, never said that name before. Anowax knocking boots. Vulcan Salamander. 4W Mini. Greg Jasco. Monster Puff Joe. Svi. Simple Space. I'll keep going. It's my fucking live stream. I'll do what I want. Lanky Tom. KF. Tedwood Knight. Crazy Mikey. You know what, Ken? There's far too many of them.
It's showtime!
Oh man, I appreciate you all absolutely fucking knocking boots. Right, okay. So look, team, before we get into chat, let's have a quick conversation, shall we? Before J-Dog pumps the music in, let's have a quick conversation, because there is some liquidness, there is some hot bullshit going around right now in regards to the Grand Theft Auto community. MCT, what are you talking about? Well, apparently in El Portugal, there has been some leaks going around that apparently this extended look, this Grand Theft Auto 6 extended look. Apparently there's fucking leaks going around. That it's going to be a 3-part series. Okay. Of course there is. Because of course there is. Because of course we've not done with the Grand Theft Auto 6 leak yet in 2026. Of course we're not. We're 3 months out from the game, but of course they're still going. It's gone from leaks of the game to now leaks of the fucking promo. Look. So apparently, just give me a second. Apparently, for fuck's sake, all jokes aside, there has been some leaks in the past 24 hours, 48 hours that some geezer in Portugal went on Netflix and saw either in the back end of Netflix or something that there's 3 episodes scheduled for this Grand Theft Auto 6 extended look. One of them's going to be like 20 odd minutes, the other one's going to be 20 odd minutes, and the other one's going to be like 18 minutes or something. Now, here's the thing. There's no confirmation of this at all. For all we know, this is complete AI bullshit. Insider Gaming's covered it, and they said take it with a pinch of salt. Other articles have ran with it as well. My two shakes on it is there's no confirmation at all. People are going on to Netflix in Portugal and can't see shit. People then coming back saying, oh no, well, Netflix have changed it because it's leaked out. The only issue that I've got with it is it's only fucking one geezer on Reddit that came with it. That's it. No one else saw it. One person. I don't know how many people in Portugal, but there's probably quite a lot. One guy on Reddit posted this image and that's it. No one else has backed it up. No one else has confirmed it. No one else has seen it. Numero uno. Juan Sheet. One geezer. Juan Garcia over in Portugal is the only person that has seen this apparent leak to the first start of a 90-day blitz of the marketing for the biggest video game of all time. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't know if someone's been able to confirm it's not real yet. I know a lot of people are basically saying what I'm saying. This is bullshit. I don't know if anyone's actually confirmed it yet. If someone has confirmed it, let me know in the chat. But at the moment, man, we've got no confirmation from Rockstar. We've got no confirmation from Netflix. And it doesn't sit right with me that there's one fucking guy on Reddit saying, no, it's legit. I've seen it. Like, I don't know about that. So, look, at the moment, I'm not believing it at all. I watched the first little bit of TGG's live stream before, and someone said in his chat that it had been confirmed to be false. Like, someone's apparently, like, confirmed that it was fake. But I've not seen that confirmation yet. So, I'm neither here nor there. I am leaning towards it's bullshit. But at the moment, we've got no confirmation of if it is bullshit or not. But yeah, I would say at the moment, I'd be shocked if it was real. So this then leads us into pretty much the first topic that I want to get into today. This whole Netflix extended look. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we were all throwing it back and we were all twerking last week when Rockstar announced this shit. And yeah, sound awesome. Oh my fucking god! And then for a week straight, everyone's been talking about paywall. 6-hour exclusive. People are still talking about it. But now it feels though now we've started to evolve a little bit, and now it's more in the sense of, are people going a little over the top with this stupid shit? Rockstar have said you get an extended look. No one knows what that means. Why am I seeing people being like, it's 15 minutes minimum, it's 20 minutes minimum? You don't know it. You can theorize all you want, but don't set yourself an unrealistic bar, because I'm getting a little bit worried now that 8 days ago, we'd have sold our soul for another screenshot. We'd have sold our soul for a 60-second teaser trailer. And now I'm seeing the Mandem setting a bar being like, if this thing is less than 10 minutes long, it's fucking shit. So let me know what you think in the chat about all this. Where is your expectation in regards to this extended look? Why are people starting to think that this is going to be some form of like weird fucking TV series for the game drops? Like, people genuinely think that this is going to be like some weird episodic limited series at Netflix or something. We are still marketing a video game here, people. Let's get realistic. Right, J-Dog, get that music pumping, brother. I'm going to come to chat and I'm going to see what we're working with. Let's see what you lot are saying on a fucking Dust Bowl Friday. Let's start off with Tedward. Teddy Knight, don't believe everything you see when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks. No shit. No shit. Tedward, you saying that is literally the definition of me being like, if you look up into the sky, it's probably going to be blue. Most of them are never real, and people will believe anything just because someone claims they have insider info. They are bootlickers. Yeah, unfortunately, Teddy makes a really good point. If you go on ChatGPT or you go onto any kind of AI generator, in 2026, you've got it obviously in the palm of your hand. Like, literally, this, it's scary to think, man, that this could easily, fucking easily, in the space of 60 seconds, create an image that points to, that doesn't point to it, but creates a fake leak for Grand Theft Auto 6 on this Netflix shit. So don't believe it, man. It's so easy to create this Netflix leak bullshit. Until you have confirmation from either an insider, a trusted source, or Rockstar or Netflix themselves, don't just take it with a pinch of salt. I would sit there and go, I'd lean more towards, until this is confirmed, it's bullshit. I wouldn't even sit 50-50 on it, man. And I've got to be honest, Again, no shade towards Insider Gaming. You know, I've defended them boys a couple of times. But I am really surprised that they covered it. I'm really surprised that Insider Gaming covered it. I didn't think there was enough there to really make a proper article out of it. Weird. Again, look, I'm not a journalist. You know, I don't work in the fucking... I know some people, you know, see YouTubers as like, you know, amateur journalists, and we're like the media of the modern day. But I don't consider myself media at all. But yeah, I just thought in regards to what the lack of anything around it, I am just a little shocked that Insider Gamer and a couple of others actually covered it. To be honest, I feel as though there's nothing really there. But again, what the fuck do I know, right? Martin OXO. I don't think I've ever said that name for my entire life. Ken, remind me what time it was on a Friday.
It's showtime!
Appreciate you, Martin. Wait, one sec, J-Dog. Why is that fucking music? What, you know what I mean? Why is that a bit too loud on my headphones? Take down a touch. Thank you very much. Oh shit, I was reading him. Where's YouTube's got rid of him? Oh no, there he is. I think the people who hate on this game will keep hating on it. Agreed. Even if it turns out to be the best game we've ever seen, they hate on it for attention and rage bait. Agreed. I do agree. And even just saying that, Martin, you know, even me just sitting there agreeing with you, people like, oh, Rockstar Shield, blah, blah, blah. The thing is, obviously, like, you see, you know what, actually, to be fair, you're actually seeing it a lot with Wolverine. Has anyone seen the hate, with the forced hate with Wolverine lately? It's mad, man. Like, in the last couple of days, Insomniac have shown a bit more gameplay for Wolverine. And we've seen a couple of the QTEs. And there are a lot of people, like, I get it, social media in 2026, but there are a lot of people being like, Wolverine looks shit. I definitely wouldn't go that far at all. I hold my hand up and said, look, that gameplay that they showed us at State of Play, I wasn't sold on it. But I'm not going to go so far to say this game looks shit. The Wolverine game looks good. Like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting it day one. But people are going over the top, man. And if Wolverine is catching heat less than a month out, what the fuck's it going to be like when Grand Theft Auto 6 gets to like 6 weeks out, man? Honestly, I think this extended look could be half an hour long, blow people away. I'm not saying it's going to, by the way. But this extended look could be half an hour long, blow people away. And I think there will be thousands, fucking thousands of people that will just rage bait the living shit out of it. And be like, no, this looks crap, this looks this looks that, this looks shit, the gameplay looks crap. So, I'd brace yourselves, man. If you're sat there right now excited for Grand Theft Auto 6 and you're looking forward to seeing what the community does and getting amongst it with a friend, brothers, I'd brace yourself because we could be in for a very ugly 3 months. Very ugly. You could sit there and enjoy the living shit out of this Netflix thing and then go on social media and you might just see a sea of people being like, what the fuck was this? This game looks awful, blah, blah, blah. I think it's going to get worse. I think it's going to get worse. Jeffrey, what is the origin story of the MCT mask? Oh, Jeffrey. Now we're talking. It's fucking... I wanted to create an avatar for the channel. And I wanted him to have a mask. And originally I was going to go, you know, like the mask that Ghost wears in COD. But I'm not a big Call of Duty fan, so I was like, okay, I don't want to rip that off. So I was looking for like inspiration, and I came across the Star-Lord mask, you know, Peter Quill. I was like, okay, this looks pretty cool. So if you go back and watch some of the older videos, the mask is actually blue, and it's because I basically ripped off, with the red eyes, I basically fucking ripped off Star-Lord's mask, but I made it my own. I was like, okay, I want to put more colour in it, so we just changed it to yellow. And that's pretty much it. Nice and boring story for you. You know what, I was going to ask you all something, right? I've just seen Double B's in the chat and Grid as well. The GTA brothers. We are Scooter brothers. We are GTA brothers. Okay, now I feel privileged. The YouTube royalty is knocking about on 104.5. How we doing, boys? I was going to ask you all something. I don't really like doing this, but at the moment I'm in a bit of a... I feel like I'm in a bit of a sticky place with videos at the moment. I'm in a really awkward place. I love being creative with my videos, don't get me wrong, but what do you lot think? I never really ask you lot much for advice when it comes to videos, because I always feel like I should be the content. I should be the one giving you the content. I should be the one laying the fucking law down. But I'm gonna for the first time ever on MCT, I'm gonna ask you something. When it comes to the videos, what do you prefer? Do you prefer old ugly mug stain getting amongst it, would you sit there and watch a video longer if we put the face on and we basically mix it up with gameplay and stuff? Or do you prefer the MCT avatar? Don't get me wrong, you know, I love the MCT avatar, you know, I've had it for years. I've created all the artwork myself. I've put a lot of time into the artwork. But I just feel like in 2026, people want to build more of a connection with a content creator. And I'm still a fucking really small channel, man. And I feel as though people want to build a connection with the content creator, like through the content creator themselves. Whereas you look around now, and like a lot of people still don't do face cam. A lot of people do use like VTuber and avatars and stuff. And I'm like, well, God of 4.5, our lives are just me sat here for like 3-4 hours anyway. Like, does it not, should I not transition that over to the videos? So it'll be interesting to see what people think about that, but I'll come to that in a sec. I'll just rewind chat just a couple of minutes. I just want to read a couple of chats before I get into that. Lanky Tom, any chance that you're 6'5", lad? Do you think we'll get anything else like trailers after this extended look? No, Tom. Here's my prediction, Thomas. I reckon we'll get this extended look August 27th. It'll be a minute long, and then that's it. Pack it up. We won't see him till November 19th. You fucking idiot. Come on, Tom, fix up. I expect better from you. Do you think we'll get anything else like trailers after this? Yes, of course we will. Tom, look, again, Tom, I'm winding you up. I don't know. Obviously, I don't work at Rockstar, so I don't know the ins and outs of all the marketing that's going to go down. But my 2 cents on it, my theory would be it makes sense for the extended look to drop August 27th, and then that starts a 90-day blitz towards November 19th. So I'd expect at least another gameplay trailer, whether it's going to be on Netflix again, not too sure. But I'd expect to see another gameplay trailer after this. Obviously, we don't know that the extended look is a gameplay trailer, but yeah, Tom, you'll like most games, not just Rockstar games, but most games, especially when it comes to AAA titles, give you a launch trailer like a week before. Like that's like that's like the last trailer for the casuals, being like, oi, don't forget our game comes out next week. So I think worst case scenario, Thomas, you'll see this extended look, you'll see at least one more gameplay trailer, and you'll see that announcement trailer. But with how balls to the wall are going with this Netflix shit, I wouldn't be surprised if we get flooded, to be honest. And I don't want to set the bar too high. I don't want people to hear that and be like, oh, MCT, are you saying that we're going to get like a trailer every week? I'm not saying that. But I reckon you'll definitely see it ramp up after this extended look. I think you'll definitely see it ramp up. Right, one sec. Let's have a gander here. Let's just quickly have a look at what you lot were saying in regards to the question I asked you a minute ago. Longer with your face, says Simple Space. Nice one. Yes, face, yes. How about combine both? I have thought about combining both, George, but it's like, I don't look like my avatar, so it's like, will that not be a bit of a contrast? Will that not be a little bit awkward? Like, because technically, like MCT's supposed to be me. Like, the avatar's supposed to be old cheese weasel over here. If I'm sat here, fat bastard with a beard, and my MC, you know what I mean? I don't really check out. Double B, put your mug in there. Right, sorted, done. Double B said it, so we're fucking on it. Grid, just make videos like Insane Crazy Grand Theft Auto 6 news incoming and use AI script. I mean, Grid, me and you have talked about this. And we joke about this, but legitimately, not just to Grid, but to the community as well. It's a little bit painful sometimes when you're a content creator and you could spend 2 days on a video, writing the script, write the theme tune, sing the theme tune. I don't like Little Britain, but that came into my head for some reason. Man, it really fucking wears you down sometimes when you you spend ages writing a script, you go onto GTA, you record your B-roll, you go on DaVinci Resolve, you spend the best part of a fucking day editing a video and stuff, getting it ready, triple checking it. I'm proper OCD when it comes to that shit, man. And then you go on YouTube, and some little fucking prick has used AI for his script. He's used AI for his thumbnail, and he's just talking over some bullshit gameplay for about 8 minutes, 9 minutes, and it does like 30,000 views. And the video you spent fucking days on does like 10,000. And look, I need to humble myself. 10,000 views is a lot, don't get me wrong, but it does grind you down a little bit when you're a content creator when you see that shit, because it's like, what the fuck am I doing over here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why am I spending time putting effort in? Like, I should just AI this whole fucking channel, man. Obviously, we're not going to do that. But look, this is why I always say, man, I really, really fucking, not to kiss ass, but I really appreciate you all knocking boots, man. I really do, and showing support because, you know, content creators like, you know, me, Double B, Grid, all the GTA boys. The thing is, when Grand Theft Auto 6 drops, you're going to get the legitimate content out of all of us. We're the ones that are staying. We're the ones, you know, there's conversation that you lot aren't privy to, where we're literally, like, we're all planning on the longevity of this. We're all planning on content. We're all planning on collaborations and stuff. Like, we're the ones that are looking forward and going to try and give people the best possible content around Grand Theft Auto. Whereas these fucking AI pricks, man, they're glomming on GTA because it's the hot topic. And once GTA 6 drops, I've called this so many times, within the first 2 or 3 months, you'll see a lot of people just dip out. The profile pictures will change, the names will change, and they'll start covering other things. Because GTA 6, the only thing people will want to see is either people live streaming it, or people doing like lore videos, or videos like doing guides and shit. These AI slop channels, other than covering online, like what the fuck are they going to do? An AI slop channel isn't going to break down the lore of Raul Batista for half an hour, so... yeah, it's just one of them things, isn't it? Bro says not the avatar. Simple Space says put your mug all over the vids. Razor, GTA 6 is dead after 4 to 5 months. Place your bets. Team, hey, what do we think about that from Razor? Grand Theft Auto 6 will be dead after 4 to 5 months. Place your bets. Look, I definitely wouldn't go so far. By the way, I'm just seeing a lot of people saying that I should put my face on the screen, so I appreciate you all. It's food for thought. Anyone that's answered the question, I really appreciate it. I do take that on board. But I do want to get to that from Razor, actually, really, really quickly. I didn't actually clock on that he said it. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be dead after 4 to 5 months. Place your bets. Now, you lot can react in chat what you want with that. He said it as a tongue. I think he's either saying it in the tongue-in-cheek joke or he's being serious. I don't think there's a middle ground with that. But that kind of leans towards something that I've been saying for a while. Everyone, whether you're a diehard or whether you're a casual, has this mentality. Well, not everyone, but the majority of people have this mentality of Grand Theft Auto 6 is just gonna keep on being talked about. It's just gonna keep on being the hot topic. It's gonna keep on being the flavor of the month. And I think eventually at some point Grand Theft Auto 6, within that 4 or 5 period that Razor's just said, I think you are going to see it just dip on YouTube. Big time. Because the thing is, we've talked about this so many times, the anticipation of something sometimes is a lot greater than the value of when it comes. And I think at the moment people are riding the anticipation wave. They've been doing it for the best part of 3 years, and then once the game comes, that's it. A lot of people won't be interested in watching Grand Theft Auto 6 videos and be like, oh, 50 things you missed in Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of people will watch those videos, but there'll be a lot of people that have watched the videos in the past 3 years that will be like, well, I don't need to watch that. I'm just going to go and play the game myself. So, while I don't completely agree that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to die after 4 or 5 months, one, because Rockstar are probably going to triple dip the living shit out of it for the next 2 years. Obviously, you've got the PC release, you'll have online coming, so Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be still on the tip of everyone's tongue for a while. I do think there's going to be that sort of 2, 3, 4, 5 months when it comes out where all of a sudden it's going to die down, and a lot of the people that have joined the Grand Theft Auto community in the past few years will kind of just mellow out. They won't be watching the videos that they used to. They won't be like watching the live streams that they normally do because they'll be too busy playing the game, or they'll be bored of it. So while Razor might be taking the piss or he might be deadly serious, I think there is a small bit of weight towards what he said, but it's interesting to see what people think in regards to that. Right, let me try and catch up because I'm fucking falling way behind, man. Again, I appreciate everyone that answered that question. It really does help me going forward. And again, I want to give you lot. I want to give you look. Get your words out, waste man. I want to give you lot the content that you want. Let's be honest. So I don't like doing that often, but I appreciate everyone that answered it. Oh, right. Joshua Hawkins been around for 4 months. I appreciate it, Josh. What you say? Netflix crashes August 27th. Predictions. Right. This is something else as well. This is something else that I'm going to ask because at the moment I've not seen anyone that's been able to answer this yet. Netflix tends to struggle a lot with live events. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. There's been no confirmation this is going to be a live event, right? This is going to be an event that's premiering and scheduled for a certain time, but there's no confirmation it's a live event, like it's a live stream event on Netflix, right? So if it's not live, then technically, you know, Netflix might crash for like maybe 10, 20 minutes or something. But in regards to that what am I going to say? In regards to actually watching it itself, once you click on it and once you watch it, you'll be able to watch it flawlessly, right? Like, it won't be lagging and stuff because it won't be a live event. So if it's not a live event, it won't be lagging. So, yeah, Netflix might crash, but I reckon, you know, it'll be like a 5-10 minute thing, and then eventually you'll get on. So, it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, at the moment, correct me if I'm wrong, there's been no confirmation it's actually going to be like a live thing. And who knows, maybe they've done that 6-hour thing to if they expect Netflix to crash or, you know, whatever, and it is going to be like half an hour long. I don't think it is going to be half an hour long, but if it is, awesome. Maybe they're giving themselves that sort of 5-hour, 6-hour window where it's like, okay, we've got basically 6 hours to sort this shit out. If Netflix is going to struggle on that day, it'll struggle for what, maybe a couple of hours. If that, you know, but again, we'll see, won't we? The Mints has sent 5 memberships out of nowhere. The Mints, I appreciate it, man. That's far, far, far too generous. Please can we get a massive, massive show of appreciation for the Mints. Ken, tell that bitch what time it is.
It's showtime!
Seatbelt, bitch!
Appreciate you, big stepper. Right, let me try and catch up, man. Seriously, I'm falling behind. I can see we've got quite a lot of donations to read. I really do appreciate it, brother. Right, Monster Puff Joe with a 6. Appreciate it, Monster Puff. What we say, lad? Like the hair, mate. Are you not even... What? My... What? What's different about my hair? Hey, Monster Puff Joe, I'll take it. Oh, yeah, I'll take a compliment. I'll take a compliment in 2026. Appreciate it, brother. Like the hair, mate, are you not even a little excited for what RP could be? I know you're a campaign cowboy, but a Rockstar level RP universe could birth amazing stories. Monster Puff Joe, I don't know where you've got this idea that I'm not into RP at all. I can't fucking wait for RP. I've said, man, I've never played RP in my life because I'm not a PC gamer. And I really wanted to at least try RP before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, but I'm really looking forward to RP. When it comes out on console. I've said a bunch of times, man, I don't just think user-generated content is the future of Grand Theft Auto. I think the RP servers and the structure of an RP server is definitely the future, because if Rockstar are going to turn, whether they monetize it or not, because they will do, if Rockstar are going to turn Grand Theft Auto basically into a sandbox where they turn to everyone and go, look, here's the Rage engine, you go and get amongst it, even if you pay a premium, I think so many people are going to love the living shit out of it, man. So, man, Monster Puff Joe, I don't know where you got that. I appreciate the 6. But I'm really looking forward to RP servers, man. Really looking forward. I think I think the level of creativity hasn't got a ceiling at all when it comes to that shit. Especially on, I'm going to say especially on console. Obviously, you've got less limitations on PC, so that doesn't check out. Dungeon Slayer with a 2. Appreciate you, Slayer. Again, don't forget I said your name for my entire life. Ken, remind that punk bitch what time it is on a Friday.
It's showtime!
Appreciate you, brother. Ain't going to lie. I am disappointed at the hate. Dungeon Slayer, I wouldn't let it affect you. I really wouldn't, man. Like we were talking about before. Look at the shit Wolverine's getting. Wolverine's out in less than a month. Dungeon Slayer, I really wouldn't let it affect you that much. Like you're saying, I'm disappointed with the hate. I get that if you go on social media and you bring up your phone and you see people be like, oh, fuck Grand Theft Auto 6, Grand Theft Auto 6 needs to fail. I get it might be a bit deflating, but don't let it bother you. I've said to people in the past week, man, all these people that are hating on Grand Theft Auto 6, while we're all welcome to our own opinion, I don't think you take a lot of life advice from people that you don't know in real life, right? So Dungeon Slayer, man, I wouldn't let it affect you. Fuck them, man. If you're excited for this game, you be excited for the game. Don't listen to what anyone else is saying. Big Man Mo with a 2. Appreciate it, Mosif. Do you ever plan to make members-only content? Mo, I've gone back and forth with the members-only content. I don't think I've ever made members-only content yet, have I? The thing is, I think I said this a while ago, and again, this is no slight towards any other content creator, because I've got friends, good friends, in regards to the content creation space, where they do make members-only content, and, they upload something, and then within 24 hours, it's members-only, like a live stream or a video or something. And I've got no issue with them doing it, because that's their prerogative, and that's their structure of their channel. But just for me, my OCD brain has come to it, and I admitted this a long time ago, I never felt comfortable allowing memberships for the channel, because I want to create... It's a loaded question, man, because my opinion on it is very... It's very singular. Like, I think about this, and I don't think a lot of other content creators have this feeling. And ironically, I'm a Grand Theft Auto content creator, and a whole thing that's been going down with the paywall shit in the past week. But right, again, okay, I'll say how I feel about it, and I don't want any fucking content creators to get out of the fucking pram about this, right? Don't throw your toys out the pram just because I've got an opinion on it, right? Again, I've got friends that do this. But I don't, and I've never liked the thought of making content on YouTube and putting it behind a paywall. I've clicked memberships and allowed memberships on YouTube because everyone else does it. And selfishly and greedy, you know, it does help me, you know, keep the lights on in the studio for a little bit longer. But I never push the only time I ever push memberships is right at the very intro at the start of the live stream and say, if you want to become a friend, brother, click join or follow the link in the description, and that's it. For the next 3 or 4 hours, you won't hear me promote memberships. I don't promote memberships in my videos or anything because I don't want to get to a point one day where it's like, okay, I've made this video, but you've got to pay me to watch it. Like, I never want to do that. And again, it sounds... If any of my mates have done it in regards to content creation, I'm not having a pop at you. Some people can take things too literally nowadays. But that's just how I've always felt about it. So, I don't know, like, maybe one day if people want, like, a members Q&A or something, maybe that's not the end of the world. Like, maybe a members Q&A or something. But as of right now, all the content that I want to create on YouTube, I want to give it to people for free. I want these live streams to be free. I just... Like, I get it, man. Sometimes I go on someone's YouTube channel and I'll see a video that I want to watch. I'm like, oh, that's sick. And then it's members only. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I know that, you know, it's cheap for a membership and stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like, oh, you broke, you bitch. But it's just, I don't know. It's just my OCD brain, man. So, yeah. Look, maybe if one day, if people literally, if the members are paying a monthly subscription and they literally want members only content, you know, I might make something for them. But I never want it to come across like, oh, MCT's made content, but he's asking me to pay to watch it. Like, I never want to come across like that at all. But again, that's just my personal thing towards it. Right, Teddy Knight has dropped 50 out of nowhere, man. Tedward, I don't deserve it. And not only that, he's not even dropped a message. I don't know what to say, Teddy. I really don't know what to say. That's far too generous, man. I really don't deserve it, but I really appreciate it. Team, please can we get a massive show of love for Teddy in the chat. Ken, it's a big donation, so you got to do your thing, man. Double time.
It's showtime! Oh, my sweet Jesus.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Hey, I want to let y'all know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's right.
How the fuck do you make an M? Oh, there you go. Wait, hold on. I had this down pat other day. Wait, no, it's wrong. MCT. It's shit, man. You can't do it unless you do that timeout. You can't just do an MCT in gang signs. Teddy, my G, I appreciate it, brother. That's far too generous, man. I really appreciate it. And again, just drops 50 and doesn't even drop a message with it. Crazy, man. Crazy. Truly, Teddy, I really can't say thank you enough, man. You are keeping the fucking lights on right now. Right, I'm trying to catch up, man, because I'm falling fucking so far behind. I apologise, man. I'm trying to get through it as fast as I can do. Player 11 with the 10. Appreciate you, Player 11. MCT, give me a song. Any song to listen to right now. I'll give it an honest listen. I'll give you a fucking song you can listen to right now. You don't have to go and chase it. Where are we at? Let's go for Tears in the Rain. That's a bit slow, that. Ocean View. Karl Casey, Whiteback Audio, Boy Double. Oh, we all know Body Double. Karl Casey, Boy Double, lads. Skip to the beat. J-Dog, turn it down. Jesus, I can't do that, man. It's too hot for that today. I'll fucking turn to a puddle if I keep doing that. Playlist, man, just listen to anything from Karl Casey. Saying that, I've been listening to some country music lately, man. What's that country song that I heard over there that's fucking class? 2 secs. I've got to, saying that, I don't know why I'm looking at my phone. I can look at my PC. There's a country song that I was listening to other day, man, and it's so good. Where is it? 1 sec. I gotta find Hot Country. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. 1 sec. Jesus Christ, I need to have some H2O, man. I'm fucking sweating a bead now. I've just been throwing some shapes. Where is it? Go and listen to Jaded by Ella Langley or Been By Now by Morgan Wallen, or Sleepless in a Hotel Room by Luke Combs or Combs, Sunburn by Tucker Wetmore, or Turn This Truck Around by Jordan Davis. Any of those will be fine. Legit, man, no joke. Throwing those shapes of lips just made me melt my goddamn structure off. Right, MCT, calm it down, lad. You've still got 3 hours to go. Oh my goodness. Double B, we should just make daily videos on this extended look until it actually drops. If anyone is out there trying to make legitimate content and you can make a video for the next 13 days, a video a day on this extended look without knowing jack shit, more power to you. Right. JMG, I think that's Jez with a 20. I appreciate it, Jez. I really do. Again, another far too generous donation. You lot are just being far too generous today, man. I don't know what I've done to deserve it. Ken, double time.
Showtime!
Appreciate you, Jez. At work right now, so I'm not going to be able to interact much in the chat, but I'll stick around anyway and listen to you, Big Cheese. Jay, we appreciate it, Jez. Appreciate you, brother. You stay safe while you're at work. Don't be fucking losing a digit just because you're listening to me talk bollocks. Right, okay. Oh, yeah, man, I'm trying to catch up fast as possible. We got Aero, Motivation. Oh, I don't remember the chocolate bar, Aero. Not had one of them in ages. Right, one sec, Aero. I'm trying to fucking lower the heart rate, man. I'm fucking running hot right now. Aero, motivation for a small Grand Theft Auto 6 YouTuber that makes decent content and doesn't use AI and barely get any views. Oh, what, you mean, Aero? You mean like me give you motivation? Motivation for a small GTA 6 content creator. A small GTA 6 YouTuber. Aero, do you want me to be a bit ruthless? Or do you want me to give you a little ball tickle and you know, whisper sweet enough in your ears? I'm going to give you the harsh truth, right? I make a lot of GTA content, I make a lot of Grand Theft Auto 6 content, and even right now I don't call myself a Grand Theft Auto 6 content creator. I don't think there's anyone out there right now that is a dedicated Grand Theft Auto 6 content creator. One, because the fucking game doesn't currently exist to us. It doesn't exist to us, does it? I think the issue, without looking at your content, and I'm not Johnny Big subscribers at all, but one of the biggest issues that I think you've got right now is you've just called yourself a Grand Theft Auto 6 YouTuber. No one can be a Grand Theft Auto 6 YouTuber for another 3 months, man. So I think that might be what's hindering you. I'd say spend the next 3 months. I'm going to be a bit harsh, but I think you'd be very lucky to blow up with Grand Theft Auto 6 content in the next 3 months now, just because you're about to walk into a 90-day blitz of promo and marketing, and at that point you're going to have TGG doing videos on it, Dark Viper doing videos on it, you're going to have Moist Critical reviewing stuff, some Ordinary Gamers, you're going to have all the big GTA boys doing shit and doing breakdown videos and stuff, so it's going to be really congested. And if you're trying to get Grand Theft Auto 6 videos popping off on the shoulders of all those videos, you are going to struggle. So I'd spend the next 3 months finding out what content you want to do and build up to when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. And then I'd see it as once GTA 6 comes out, that's your 2-year window to fucking smash your shit and get it sorted, man. So 3 months, I really wouldn't look at it and go, okay, I've got to make nothing but Grand Theft Auto 6 content for the next 3 months. Even if you want to be a Grand Theft Auto 6 content creator, I get it. I understand it. But for the next 3 months, do Grand Theft Auto 6 like content, like, you know, break down the extended look on August 27th if you want to and stuff like that. But I wouldn't limit yourself for the next 3 months. I'd make a couple of videos that maybe just you want to make solely, you know, like review a video game that you're really excited for, see how people react to it, try a couple like different editing styles and stuff. Because again, like I said, man, I think it's going to be really hard to blow up on Grand Theft Auto 6 content in the next 6 months if you are a really small content creator. Sorry, in the next 3 months, because there's going to be so much. So like TGG fucking said it on his live stream of the day, man. He basically said once this extended look comes out, he's going to turn into a Grand Theft Auto 6 content creator, and he's going to do online weekly updates, but that's about it for Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So you've got one of the biggest GTA content creators out there right now that's just admitted in the next 2 weeks he's basically going to be like full-on Grand Theft Auto 6 content. If he does a breakdown of a video and you do a breakdown of a video of Grand Theft Auto 6, not blaming it on TG, not putting it on TGG, but if the casuals come across TGG's videos first and then they see other people and other people, when they come to yours, they might have already watched what you're promoting, if that makes sense. Like if you make a video and being like 10 things you missed in the extended look, I'm not saying don't make that video, but you've got to realize that there's a chance that might not blow up because the casuals might have already watched that video a couple of times from other content creators. So just don't limit yourself, man. The next 3 months, really take it as a learning curve and just don't limit yourself. Don't be like, I have to make Grand Theft Auto 6 content. If you're a small channel, one of the best things about being a small channel is you've got so much room for improvement. You've got like, at the moment, I'm a fucking nervous wreck when I create videos and stuff lately, because I'm constantly overthinking it, being like, why did I do this? Why didn't I do that? Blah, blah, blah. Because you're a small content creator, and you know, I don't know how your finances are, but I'm just going to make the assumption that you're not paying your bills with YouTube right now, so you don't have that worry right now. At the moment, you've got like a playground where you can fucking nail content you want to, and you can spend time doing content you want to make, whereas once you fucking take the leap of being a full-time cheese weasel, all of a sudden now, like, yeah, content creation's fun, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's business decisions, innit? And it's, you know, do I make this video over here or do I make this video over here? And why didn't I do that? And why didn't I make that video longer? And why couldn't I put more effort into this video? And, you know, why didn't I use this editing style? And why have I changed my editing style over here? So, man, take the next 3 months. Don't limit yourself. Don't go calling yourself a Grand Theft Auto 6 content creator when the game isn't out yet. And just have fun with it. Just fucking have fun with it, man. It's fucking hell, man. Don't take this shit too seriously early doors, because you'll just fucking hate it by the time you get full time. I hope that answers your question. You know, I try and give people advice best I can do. Again, I'm not Johnny Million subscribers, but if a little fucking dirt grub over here can become a full-time content creator, I feel as though I can help a couple of people out, right? Right. Warp Space for the 10. Appreciate you, brother. Just think about it. By the time the 27th comes, we will be 2.5 months away from release. Rockstar don't typically do anything the last 2 weeks before release, so that just leaves 8 weeks of marketing left. Warp Space, what? Rockstar don't typically do anything the last 2 weeks before release. So that just leaves 8 weeks of marketing left. What? Rockstar don't typically do anything in the last 2 weeks before release. Are you alright, lad? Other than TV spots and the launch trailer? What? Plus, again, I said this back in May, I'm done now looking back at the fucking promo of the other video games. Like, I'm really done. That's the biggest thing that tripped a lot of us up when it came to May. A lot of us were like, okay, they dropped trailer 3 for Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 in the last week of April, first week of May. They'll do the exact same thing for Grand Theft Auto 6, and it turned out bullshit. So I wouldn't set yourself up, man. I wouldn't look back and go, oh, they didn't do much in the last 2 weeks of Red Dead 2 or GTA 5. Like, if the last 6 months have shown you anything, don't do what I did. And don't look at the marketing of GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 and go, okay, that's the playbook, because it's not, is it? Let's be honest, it's fucking not. Oh, right. I'm trying to catch up. I'm almost there, man. I'm almost there. Amar Deep Singh 1450 has become a friend, brother. Amar, don't think I've ever said your name before in my entire life, but I appreciate you. You big worm. Ken, do your thing.
It's showtime!
Appreciate you, big stepper. Right. I'm almost there, man. I'm almost caught up. I'm almost caught up. Nixon Music with the 250. Did you call Mike Hawks again? Mike Hawk. What's Mike Hawks? Mike Hawks? Did you call Mike Hawks again? What's obviously Mike, I know it's not a fake, I know it's a fake name, but I'm trying to think, what's Mike Hawks? Mike Hawks? Is he trying to say Mike Hawks? Does Mike Hawks work? What does Mike Hawks mean? I'm genuinely lost. I get you trying to catch me out, but what the fuck does Mike Hawks say? That doesn't say Mike Cox. I'm not having that. Mike Hawks. Don't get that. Right, team, I've got to the bottom. I've finally caught up. So, if you've dropped a message that I've missed, you're more than welcome to drop it again. Don't spam it, because mods will give you a fucking cold shower and bin you out of here. But you are more than welcome to drop it in one more time. And if I get to it, I get to it. I apologise for not being able to get any messages, but you lot are lighting me up like it's the 4th of goddamn July right now. Oh, Knox Wyatt. Big Knox. What you saying, lad? 8 weeks, question mark. There's still at least 13 weeks left before release. Where are you pulling this 8 week shit from, Warp Space? Beef, beef, beef. Fight, 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 fight. Oh my god, man. People are throwing fucking fists out here. You love to see it. I love it when people are arguing. I love it when people argue at chat, because all of a sudden now the focus leaves me and goes to you, mugs. Get him. Fuck. Axel Bassey. Go on, Axel. MCT. Mrs. MCT, are you watching? Because I'll reply to your text and say, yes, I did. If you are watching, that's your reply. Axel Bassey MCT, do you think the Grand Theft Auto 6 online car meet's going to be a thing like special events or something? Sorry, what? Do you think the Grand Theft Auto 6 online car meets are going to be a thing like special events or something? I don't know, Axel. I'm not like a big car guy. I don't really like the whole car meets and stuff. But I know they've become quite big in the past, well, I'm going to say in the past few years. I'd say in the past, what, 5-6 years, really, haven't they, with Grand Theft Auto Online? So I don't see why they wouldn't be in Grand Theft Auto 6. If anything, they'd be better, wouldn't they? Because you're going to have more things in regards to cars and vehicles and shit. I've always said this, man. If something's big in Grand Theft Auto 5, expect it to be big in Grand Theft Auto 6. And that's another thing as well, man. Like, that's come... One of the best things about Grand Theft Auto Online that's come, I think for me personally, is the authenticity of the community. Like there are so many of you lot out there that has created your own experiences from Grand Theft Auto, or through Grand Theft Auto Online, or through Grand Theft Auto Online in regards to PC, through your moderating it, through your RP servers and stuff. And the fact that Rockstar have bought CFX... They're obviously going to turn 5M into 6M, you know, make it Rockstar's big launcher, moderator, RP server thing, whatever you want to call it, with Rockstar's online modding engine. What the coolest thing for me is, I feel as though in the past 13 years, a big portion of the Grand Theft Auto community have basically created their own entertainment to the point where it's told Rockstar, oi, this is what we want. We've had to go out and create it ourselves. So now Rockstar are having to create that for you. I think that's cool as shit, man. Not just on Rockstar's part, but, you know, you see it with Bethesda and stuff as well. Communities of people, communities, get your words out, waste, man. The communities within a fan base now are literally telling companies or showing companies what they want in a game. And these companies have got no choice but to do it, man. So that's one of the most authentic, brilliant things in regards to the GTA community, how you lot have made your own entertainment in the past 6 years. By the sounds of it, it's going to get a lot better for you on Grand Theft Auto 6, man. So if you've been a part of this shit, like car meetups and the RP servers and stuff, I'd be really excited, man, because you got to think about it. You created your own communities on a video game that came out 13 years ago that never had any plans to be like this at all. Like, imagine what it's going to look like in the next 10 years when there's plans and structures in for it. Yeah, you might get bit in the arse a little bit by monetization, but I think the possibilities are endless, man. Space Tech's knocking about. Fucking love big old Space Tech's. What we saying? My PTO for August 27th has been approved. I'll be here for the extended look watch party with no distractions. My brother. It's fucking good to hear, Space. It's good to hear, lad. For anyone that is wondering, we've said it a bunch of times, but for any of the new friend brothers, we're gonna do a watch along party on August 27th for this Netflix shit. It goes live at 8 o'clock UK, so I'm going to go live 2 hours before it, so we'll go live at 6 o'clock UK. You know, we'll build up, we'll get the snacks in, we'll get amongst it, big bowl of popcorn, you know, we'll treat ourselves. We'll have a cheat day. Every day's cheat day, by the way. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. But yeah, if anyone wants to kick it on August 27th, you're more than welcome to come in. I think, talking to a few content creators, I'm not going to say any names, but speak to a few content creators, I think a lot of the boys are planning on either streaming it somehow or doing like a watch along party, so there'll be enough choices for you to watch. But if you want to come and see old Cheese Weasel, you're more than welcome, man. We'll have the snacks waiting for you. Sam 3 Mango Loco. What is that? Is that the Monster Energy flavour? The blue one? Nah, man, we're sipping back on white. Oi, come on now. Oh, dear me. Lucifer, I've honestly met some of the biggest dickhead... Oh, fucking hell. Lucifer's going nuts here, lad. I've honestly met some of the biggest dickhead lowlifes on Grand Theft Auto Online. It's kind of impressive how lame they are. Really? The thing is, man, I feel as though I've had half an experience when it comes to GTA Online. I've been a right pussy when it comes to online, man. If I play Grand Theft Auto Online, I either play it with my mates, who obviously I already know in real life, Sometimes I've played it with you lot. But the majority of the time, if I play Grand Theft Auto Online, I just play private servers. So I never really come across and meet like new people in Grand Theft Auto Online. So I'll take your word for it. I can understand that. You know, I can understand that, just how the live service structure is and the internet in general. But yeah, I've you know, so sometime back in the day, I used to watch videos like of Louis Caliber and, you know, the Vanos crew and stuff playing like random lobbies, and you'll see them interacting with people through chat. And you know, I always thought it'd be cool to do that one day, but I never did. I never did it. I never went into like random lobbies. Or if I did go on random lobbies, I turned chat off so I couldn't hear anyone talking, and I turned my own chat off. So I never really interacted with people I didn't know. When I look back now in past 13 years, maybe I should have been a bit more, you know, had a bit more balls about me and be like, you know what, maybe we should have tried to get amongst it a little bit more. But no, I just never did. And I do regret it, if I'm being honest. Maybe we'll change that with Grand Theft Auto 6. Maybe you lot will be able to witness it live. Knox Wyatt, so wait, it's 27th stream. I'm going to be watching the trailer through Netflix or after the 6 hours are up. No, Knox, what I'm going to do, the moment it's live on Netflix, I'm going to be doing a watch along. I need to make it crystal clear, especially to Netflix, don't strike me. I'm not going to put the video or the audio on the screen. It's basically going to be a watch along party. Just how football watch alongs go, just how wrestling watch along go. Obviously, copyright wise, you can't put football or wrestling or these events on your live stream itself, but you sit there and you watch it live, no pauses, and you basically watch it with other people. So that's what we're going to do, man. So again, look, if you've not got a Netflix subscription, I wouldn't suggest coming and get amongst it. But if you are going to watch it, like the second it goes live on Netflix, we're going to be doing a watch along, so you're more than welcome to come and kick it with us. Fox with a 10 out of nowhere again. Fox, man, he does it every single time. Drops 10, no message, just fucking drops, ducks, dips, and says a bit. Fox, I appreciate you, big step. Kenneth, remind me what time it is.
It's showtime!
That's my G, brother. I appreciate you. I really do. Every time, man. How much money is that from Fox, by the way? Like, I live stream, what, twice? Three times? 3 times the lady! 3 times a week. What is that? He drops 10 every stream. He drops 10 and doesn't even drop a message. I've been streaming for 2 years. That's math I can't even do. Brother, I appreciate you. You know I do. I really, really do appreciate you. Bryce, I haven't played a public lobby in Grand Theft Auto 5 in years. 6, better not following Red Dead Redemption 2 steps and not add a private server. Does Red Dead Redemption 2 not have a private server? I can't see them not doing that with Grand Theft Auto 6 because they must know the majority, like a lot of people prefer to play Grand Theft Auto Online on their own because they don't want to get griefed. Does it defeat the purpose of having an online mode with Grand Theft Auto 6? Like, this is something I've always gone back and forth with, man, and let me know what you think in the chat about this, because I would be interested to know other people's opinions on it. Am I getting a dumbed down, watered down, less entertaining version of Grand Theft Auto Online when I just play private lobbies all the time? Because if you take it back to the first trailer that we got with Grand Theft Auto 6 Online, and it was basically like showing you that you're going to play Grand Theft Auto 6, but the world's going to be full of other real-life people. So all the shit that goes down in story mode, where every now and then you can get attacked, or you might get ambushed or something, or a deal might not go the way you want it to, was Rockstar's mentality of Grand Theft Auto Online. Like, basically what you get in Grand Theft Auto, we're going to make a real-life version of it. And I get, you know, oppressors ruin it and stuff, and people can just grift you from the skies and stuff. But I have thought from time to time, like, was the whole idea of Grand Theft Auto Online basically to make a real-life, in-life version of the madness of Grand Theft Auto? And somewhere along the way, it's got lost to the point now where a lot of us, me included, we don't want to play with other people. We kind of want to play it on our own through online. Because then you question yourself, don't you? It's like, well, if you're doing that, why don't you play story mode? But then again, there hasn't been any updated story content for 13 years. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's an interesting question to ask. Because I do feel as though Grand Theft Auto 5 Online has been wasted on me. I feel as though Grand Theft Auto 5 Online for 13 years. It's not been perfect, but it's definitely been a brilliant addition, like it or not. And I feel like I've only really had 50% of it because I limit myself so much. So, Unknown Entity. I don't think I've ever said that name before. Ken, tell me what time it is.
It's showtime!
Appreciate you, brother. What we're saying. If you and TGG are both live when the Netflix Extended Look drops, I'm using this phone to watch you, and I'm using my other phone to watch my alt account to watch TGG. Oh, really? Entity? Here's a better way to structure that message. I'll see you on August 27th, MCT. That's it. Didn't need the TGG bit. Didn't need to know that you like me and TGG and you don't like me enough to watch me solely. It's nice to hear that, brother. It's nice to hear. You know what? I hope you enjoy TGG's live stream, and I hope you enjoy mine as well. Don't know how the fuck that's gonna work. Hold on, wait. What? J-Dog, pause the music a sec. What? I've just thought about this. How the fuck's that gonna work? So you're gonna have Netflix there, you're gonna have me there, and you're gonna have TGG on the burner phone. You're gonna like have a threesome going on with Entered. Like, what? There's too many screens, brother. God, we God, I appreciate support, man. I really do. Personally, I say you bin him off and you just watch old fucking Cheese Weasel over here. No, I'm only joking. Man, if you can make that work, fair play to you. But I couldn't. Maybe I'm too old. But there's no way I could fucking watch 3 different screens going on. There's sometimes, right, where I'll spend ages on YouTube, like, trying to find something to watch. Then I'll put it on. Adverts will come on. So I'm like, oh, I'll grab my phone while the adverts are on, 50-second slot. And the video will come on, and I'll still just sit there watching my phone and, like, looking up at the video every now and then. How fucking stupid is that? Does anyone else do that? So there's been a lot of times where I do watch 2 screens at a time, but fucking hell, man, 3's taking the piss. Vicig, hey MCT, just saying hello. Good to see you, brother. And dropping a like. Had my bowl of cereal and sliced bananas after work. Hey, Vice, no one asked. Huh. Going to bed right now. Unfortunately, can't stick around and have to rest, but always much love. Brother, appreciate the bowl. Enjoy the bowl of cereal and sliced bananas. Rockstar just reposted Circle Loco. I don't even want to read that shit. After igniting dance floors, but I will do. Around the world. Is there anything worthwhile here? Hold on a sec. They've just retweeted Circle Loco, right? But I've just seen that name, Michael Beebe. I'll go on PC to have a look at it. Wasn't he involved in the music they've used for Grand Theft Auto 6? Am I wrong in saying that? Look, I'm not attaching the Circle Loco tweet to Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm just a little bit curious. Oh shit, 2 hours ago, Assassin's Creed. We're giving away a 5 Assassin's Creed Black Flag Recent Collector's Editions. Nice. Does anyone know how much they were? Right, one sec. I'm just looking at this Rockstar game Circle Loco retweet. Wait, what? Where's it gone? What? Oh, they've split it up now on Twitter, aren't they? Reposting stuff. Circle Loco, after igniting dance floors around the world for years, Michael Beebe, Katama and Wu-Tang Clan. Oh! Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with! Unite for the official release of Mystery of Raw out today. Can I quickly have a glance at this? That is fucking awful. Right, let's get rid of that shit. Okay, so that's a nothing burger. That's sound. Sorry, but that I listened to about 2 seconds of that. That is fucking dreadful. Has anyone else listened to that but that is dreadful. What was that shit? What is that? What was that? Look, I'm not a house club guy, but Jesus, that was crap. Bruh, do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 Online will have proximity chat like Arc Raiders? Man, we've been asked this a fair few times, you know. Look, you're probably asking the wrong guy because I don't play Grand Theft Auto Online religiously anymore. I think it makes sense because of the size of the map. I don't think it makes much sense if, like, you're griefing someone who's in Gloriana up north and you're in the Grass Rivers down south and it's going to take you like 10 minutes to get to each other. Like, I don't think that really makes much sense. And again, think about it. If you're literally playing Grand Theft Auto Online the first couple of weeks, you're not going to have an oppressor. You're not really going to have a lot of options to blitz around the map as fast as fuck like you have done with Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. So, like you say, if it's not proximity chat and someone's giving you shit and they're on the complete other side of the map, will that not get a little bit annoying? Because you literally won't be able to deal with that person for like a good 5 minutes, right? I think proximity chat would work very well with the size of the rumored map for Grand Theft Auto 6. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Monster Puff Joe, UMCT, do you think there will be snow in the northern part of the map? Will that part of the map even be revealed before release? Wow, Joe. Snow. Joe, I'm not saying you're wrong and I'm right, but I would be really shocked. I'd be really shocked if we had snow in Leonida, like north, like at the northern part. I don't see it. I really don't expect it at all. I think if you're going to see snow in this game, it'd have to be in like if we had like either a cutscene in Liberty City or a limited stay in Liberty City. Yeah, I'm really not expecting snow in GTA 6 at all. And you know, if you look at Grand Theft Auto 5 as well. Obviously, Grand Theft Auto 5, set in Los Angeles, you're not really expecting snow in Los Angeles, Los Santos, Los Angeles. So they had to make a whole fucking different area called North Yankton, which is where the snow is. Red Dead Redemption 2 is different, obviously, because of the location, but I'm not expecting snow to be in Grand Theft Auto 6, unless it's in a different area, like I say, a Liberty City or something else, man. But again, I could be wrong. Could be wrong. If there is going to be snow, it would make sense to have it in the northern part, right? Definitely not the south. But no, I'm expecting if we're going to see snow, it'll be like an online thing like it is in Grand Theft Auto 5. But again, could be wrong. G-Money! Are you doing a Discord party or just streaming reaction of YouTube extended look? No, it's just going to be completely on YouTube, G-Money. We fucking got rid of that Discord shit at the start of the year. No. It'll just be, look, this whole watch party thing, really simple, really easy. I don't know if anyone watches other people watch live sport events or watch wrestling. Like sometimes I do. So basically, if there is a live streamer that is doing a watch party for wrestling or for football or for NFL or basketball or whatever, they sit there with you watch it same time as them, and you're basically just watching, and you're basically watching the thing while you've got them. It's basically like you're sitting there with your mate and you're talking about it. That's basically it. So that's all the structure's going to be. So I don't want people to be like, oh, MCT, you said you're going to be streaming the Netflix thing. Like, no. It's a watch party, man. Because there's no way I'm going to any of that copyrighted bullshit. No way at all. No fucking way at all. I'm shocked that there's some content creators that are even going to attempt it, man. Like, fucking hell. You're brave. You are brave. Because Netflix take the piss when it comes to copyright, man. Netflix see you trying to like put up their content. They don't want to strike you. They want to fucking obliterate you off the face of the earth. They hate that shit, man. Like, people get done, like, you know, movie reviewers and stuff. People get done, like, watching trailers and shit of, like, Netflix films. Because it's Netflix property. So, yeah, they're brave if they're going anywhere near it. That's why you're getting, like, it'd be fun to see the clash between, obviously, the gaming community and Netflix, because you don't see gameplay, you don't see game trailers on Netflix, right? So this will be the first time. But yeah, I ain't going nowhere near that shit. Even the fucking watch party's got my arsehole tweaking a little bit. Like, I'm not going to show anything, but even just advertising that I'm watching this shit, I expect some, like, little Netflix lurcher to be like, strike! It's like we're going bowling. Road to Leonidas knocking about. Good to see you, brother. Yo, just dropping in after stream for a bit. Give MCT some love, boys. Oi, RTL. Appreciate that, big cheese. G-Money, okay, cool. Stealing my dad's Netflix for that day. Why is your dad such a tight bastard? Hasn't he put you on the plan? What? Aren't you already on the plan? Oi, lad, don't be stealing his Netflix. Just get him to put you on that shit. You shouldn't be stealing that. Knox Wyatt, wrestling this past year and a half or so has honestly not been fun to watch. Agreed. I don't know who Triple H is writing for WWE, but he needs to fire them ASAP because the shows are garbage now. Yeah, man. I don't know what's gone on with WWE in the past couple of years, but it's fucking taken an absolute nosedive on it. It was weird, man. When Triple H first came in, it brought me back in for a little bit. I'd really couldn't be arsed watching WWE when Vince was there. And then Triple H took over, and things just started changing. And, you know, I do like the push of all the NXT talent that obviously Triple H has worked with, because they are the future. You know, you've got some really good names at top of WWE. But, yeah, man, the writing's been shocking. Really bad. Really bad. But I don't think it helps with the whole TKO thing. I think one of the biggest things you can look at is probably TKO are telling Triple H who to push, who not to push. Apparently the whole Danhausen thing. Danhausen's been there, what, 2 months, 3 months or something, and there was a report that came out a while ago. It's apparently there's literally instructions at WWE now to feature Danhausen in pretty much anything you're doing because he's selling so much merchandise. So I definitely blame TKO, but one of them things, innit? NJ, Netflix says you can stream... Sorry, one sec, NJ, let me read that. NJ, Netflix says you can stream it. Apparently a rep said you can react to it immediately upon release. Also, I believe Netflix wanted a longer exclusive window, but Rockstar had to push back 6 hours max. NJ, where are you getting that? Don't tell me you've just seen some little weasel tweet that out on Twitter. Where are you actually getting that from? Is that proper confirmation? Because if you're talking about that tweet that came out literally the day of the announcement, I wouldn't... I'm not saying shit towards the person that said it. I don't know them from Adam, but I don't believe anyone that's saying it yet. Until I see confirmation from Netflix or Rockstar, I think if you're a content creator, you are one brave bastard if you try and stream that shit for the first 6 hours. Because Netflix are a bunch of pricks, man. And I just... It's no offense to anyone that says anything, but if you're on Twitter and you say from a leaked rumor or from a leaked source or whatever, people are going to be able to stream it, sorry, that's not good enough. It's from Netflix, so I don't believe it. Fuck that. Corey with the 2, appreciate it. Corey IMCT, I love the streams. Corey, love will get you killed out of you, lad. But I appreciate those positive words. Appreciate you, CD. With the 2, Ken, let him hear it.
It's showtime!
Pro Slinky, it's because of TKO they ruined the company as of now, in my opinion. Yeah, I think I do think if you look at how shit WWE's been in the last couple of years, you can easily pin it on TKO, can't you? If we're being honest. He's gaming with the 2, appreciate you gaming. I don't know what happened. Triple H was doing good at first. Again, it's the T. I think it does. I know when I first got asked that 5 minutes ago, I was like, oh, I don't really know what you can pin it down to, but when you give yourself time to catch up, TKO, obviously. TKO is the big contributing factor. Because all they want to do is make money and sell merchandise, don't they? Knox Wyatt Danhausen debuted in WWE very recently, I think either last month or June. Yeah, he's not been there long, has he? But because he's selling so much merchandise, again, the rumours are that the WWE writing staff's been like, look, you've got to pin him in big shit. That's why he went over on Dom. Crazy, that man. Crazy. Monster Puff Joe says, what's the name of this song? Joe, you talk about the song that's playing now or the other one? The song that's playing currently is Nuclear Winter. And the one before that would have been Empty City. And they're both from Karl Casey at Whitebot Audio. So you are very welcome, lad. The Real Allergy with the 5. Appreciate you, Ali. What we saying, Big Stepper. Rockstar Games needs to drop Trailer 3 next week, bro. I sound like an arsehole every time I say this, but Ali, I'm not having a pop at you. I'm just pointing out something that I see in a lot of messages. I internally do crack up a little bit when I see people being like, Rockstar need to drop something. They don't need to do shit. They could cancel this extended look if they wanted to. I'm only winding you up, Ali. Rockstar Games needs to drop trailer 3 next week, bro. If not, then they might show it for the extended preview, which wouldn't really make sense. Yeah, Ali, man, we were talking about this last week. Whilst I'm not expecting trailer 3 to drop before the extended look, there is... If we get to August 27th and we know that basically the extended look is basically the next thing that's coming, whilst I'm going to be excited, there is going to be a part of me that's going to sit there and be like, oh, they actually skipped trailer 3. Because if we get shown gameplay, whether it's called gameplay trailer or the extended look or whatever, someone's going to look at that and go, that's the gameplay trailer. Right? So there is going to be a slight part of me that's like, bastards actually skipped trailer 3. And I am still very salty about what happened in May, but there is no rhyme or reason why you couldn't have given the fans a third trailer or some character trailers in May. I'm sorry, I know it sound like I'm beating a dead horse. I don't want to sit there negative, but if this extended look does drop on August 27th and it is basically our first look at gameplay, that is going to be seen as the first gameplay trailer, which does mean they've skipped trailer 3. And it will just... It'll sit in the old grey matter and it will bother me. Because that means you went, other than pre-orders and cover art, you went another 15 fucking months with nothing. Like, that's some bullshit, that, man. Like, how is it, man? How is it that before this extended look, Grand Theft Auto 5 had better promo, Red Dead Redemption 2 had better promo, man. Again, this 90-day blitz could be fucking sick. They could drop something every week after this extended look. I don't think they're going to, but they could do. But yeah, there will be a slight thing that's like, really, you couldn't have just fucking given... You couldn't have given the fans just something in May? Really? You fucking knew everyone was waiting for it. Really? Like, there would just be a slight part of me. But again, there's no point being negative, is there? It's been and gone. We've gone through that shit. Who's worse by Brian giving shit to now? He fucking... Brian's loving to fucking give people shit lately. Brian, I've witnessed it. In your chats, I've witnessed it recently. I should call him worse by salt. He's being very salty, isn't he? Don't know, man. I just feel like lately when Brian's been talking, there's a bit of a tone. There's a bit of a tone in his voice when he says these messages. I think I saw... What was it? What was the message that I just read? All in capitals. It's in a week. Is he basically trying to fight it out with fucking... with Ali? Because Ali was like, they've got to drop trailer 3. He's not fucking... Oi, Brian's not having... Oi, Brian's not standing for no bullshit lately, man. He's calling anyone out. He's throwing headbutts, man. And... I'm assuming he's just getting... I'm assuming Brian's just getting a little bit exhausted. I get it. I get it. But Brian's starting to put some bass in his voice. I'm seeing it, Brian. You don't think... Oi, I'm fucking seeing it, lad. I'm seeing it. G-Money trailer 3 was only an illusion. Greg, it sucks to even think of that. Because I know you've said it as a joke, but realistically... That extended look drops on August 27th. It's a gameplay trailer. Technically, you're right. Trailer 3 was always an illusion. Trailer 3 never happened. I don't care, man. Again, I don't want to hang on this shit because it's very negative, but... I'll see it for what it is. That's some bullshit, that. Like, you gave a trailer 3 for all the other fucking... all the other games that you promoted. You gave the fans trailer 1, trailer 2, trailer 3. Not just GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2, man. There's so many of them. If you go on YouTube... trailer 1, trailer 2, trailer 3, gameplay trailers. And you little pricks just skipped over trailer. Like, bastards. Right. Uproar Netflix rep said... Sorry, Uproar, I was reading you. Where are you, lad? Fucking YouTube. Netflix rep said you can stream it only if you wear reflective sunglasses and zoom. Who was it? Someone... I can't remember who it was. I think I remember who it was, but I think it was in a private message, so I'm not going to say who it was. So someone had a really good idea... Quite funny, of being like, they can't get you if you stream it through a mirror. So to set a mirror, like put your TV behind you, put like, or the mirror in front of you or whatever, and basically bounce it into your camera. So yeah, have the TV there, put the mirror behind you, and then you can stream like... Technically, they can't get you on it, right? technically they can't get you on it because you're not streaming, like... Could they get you on that through a mirror? I think maybe that would hold up in court. Maybe. Because it's like, you're promoting that you're streaming the thing and technically you're streaming it. Like, even still. How stupid is that, by the way? In 2026, listen to the sentence I just said. If you were to bounce the Netflix extended look through a mirror and put it on your live stream, technically Netflix would be able to rinse you. What's that, man? Bollocks. What are we doing out here? It's 2026. Why are people still getting copyrighted with music strike? Like, the whole point of copyrighting something like with a music strike on YouTube or just in general is so people won't steal music and pass it off as their own. Now, because music is in regards to streaming format, no one's doing that shit anymore. No one's trying to pretend to be Drake and put out the latest Drake album on YouTube and be like, yeah, I'm Drake, listen to my shit. No, if people want to listen to Drake now, they're going to listen to it on Spotify. Kanye, the same. Yeah, Yeezy, the same. Taylor Swift, Beyonce, stuff like that, man. Like, fuck it, it's so shit, innit? And it's same with Netflix. Like, Netflix is gonna, like, obviously, if you do stream this Netflix extended look and you get hit by copyright strikes, I'm not trying to pretend to be Netflix. I mean, I suppose it's a little bit different because Netflix technically have a 6-hour exclusivity with YouTube. That's a little bit different. But in regards to like a Netflix film dropping, like, it's just fucking, it's bollocks, man. It should be very simple. If you drop a film on Netflix and an hour later, someone rips, oh sorry, like a day later, someone rips it and puts it on YouTube, Netflix should look at it and go, well, who the fuck's gonna watch that shit quality on YouTube? They can watch it for high definition on Netflix, right? Without adverts. So, it's okay, the copyright thing bollocks, man. Especially in 2026. Upper Robin, maybe trailer 3 was the friends we made along the way. Oh, I fucking hate. I've never got the joke. Sorry to be fucking. What's that guy's name from Family Guy? Buzz Killington. Sorry to be Buzz Killington, but sorry, man. I've never got that joke. I've never got how that joke. Upper Robin, not having a pop at you, by the way. I'm just being real. I've never got how that joke was funny. Ever. And so many people say it. They were saying it with trailer 2. Maybe trailer 2 with the friends on the way. Maybe Grand Theft Auto 6 with the friends we went on the way. Like, what? First time I read it, I was like, okay. And then people kept saying it. I was like, what? I never found it funny. Mew Store, what about the cover art trailer? You can fuck that right off. 30 seconds revealing cover art. No. Mew? I know you're joking, but I swear to God, if anyone says to me that trailer 3 was the cover art reveal, I'll ban you. I'm only joking, but I will though. Dylan Murray, Brian, how's the boatyard business and how much you make him? Is he talking to Words by Brian? I know he ain't talking to me. I'm not that fucking silver fox. Not yet. Not yet. Lad, give me about 20 years. And I'll do my best Stephen Root impression. Hey, all the bad guy, MCT, do you think there will be MCT oil meats? Right, oi, bad guy, this is fucking getting well boring now. All you do is talk about MCT oil. Like, I kind of don't want to read your messages, man. It's well boring. Same shit every day. MCT, do you think there will be MCT oil meetups in the northern part of the map? I hope there is. Boris Gord, that is true, but it would be like reflected and sometimes zooms in and shit. What, in regards to streaming it through a mirror? Again, I was only joking, but it's fucking... It cracks me up that if someone genuinely set up a mirror to try and rip this Netflix thing off, there would be someone at Netflix that'll be like, we have to copyright strike him. Like, you sad bastard. You sad bastard. If anything, I look at it and go, that's fucking hilarious. Ugh. Boris Gord, to be honest, I don't think not having a trailer 3 will annoy me. More just there was time for one before this extended look, but oh well. Yeah, Boris Gord, that's why I don't want to take too long to talk about the whole trailer 3, no trailer 3 thing. It's something that doesn't sit right with me. But it's not the end of the world. It's just, it will be something that I'll look at and go, bastards. You bastards. You like, you know what I mean? You knew. You fucking knew. You knew that so many people were looking forward to trailer 3. You, like, pricks. But again, what's the point down that hill? It's been and gone, man. You know, the time to call that shit out was April and May. We've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, done the dance. We're fucking out of there, man. 13 days till the extended look. 3 months from the game. Never been closer, man. Never been closer. I swear to God, I don't want to jinx it and touch fake wood. Touch brick wall. Touch cranium. That it doesn't happen, but I swear to God, if I get hit by a bus in the next 3 months, one of you pricks are getting it. I swear, I'm haunting someone. I'm gonna haunt you purposely because you're gonna be playing Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm gonna stand right behind you and I'm just gonna be like flicking your ear. They're like, no, if I can't enjoy it, you can't either. And I'm like, giving you a couple of slaps on the back of the head. D Watts, I've been lucky I play public server all the time and not often get grifted. Griefed. D, that was a conversation we had an hour ago. Is he an hour behind? Does he realise he's not watching? Oi! He won't, for fuck's sake. He won't hear me read that message for about an hour. D Watts, if you're an hour behind, what's the point? Because he's not going to see it for an hour. Brother, if you're an hour behind, catch up. Terry Knight, has the Grand Theft Auto 6 community become too focused on hidden details and theories instead of appreciating what Rockstar has officially shown? Oh, Tedward, nice question. That's actually a fucking well good question. That's some intellectual shit, man. I can't even spell intellectual. Has the Grand Theft Auto 6 community become too focused on hidden details and theories instead of appreciating what Rockstar has officially shown? I think there's one answer for that, Tedward. One answer. And it's spelt Y-E-S. Definitely. Look, I'm a GTA content creator, so I probably shouldn't even say this, but for the past couple of months, man, I've really struggled to watch Grand Theft Auto content from my own friends, you know, from the boys, because it's started to get a bit mind-numbing. Like, here's how the mechanics are going to work, and here's all the details and all the intricate details of the game, and I'm like, it's not for me, man. I'm not sat here watching this video. Well, I'm not sat here watching these videos now. I used to. I used to watch those videos in 2025, but it has got to a point, Teddy, where, and there's nothing wrong with this, but a lot of people have really started to become obsessed and laser focused with all the tiny little details and, you know, the patents over here for things and the water mechanics. And, you know, we've talked about it, how when Grand Theft Auto 6 drops, you're going to have those fucking morons that are going to sit there and visually compare it to Red Dead Redemption 2. And I need to stay away from that shit, man. It was bugging the piss out of me when people were comparing 007 First Light, Crimson Desert, and last year, Mafia the Old Country to Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, what the fuck? What planet are you on, moron? And you're going to get it again with Grand Theft Auto 6. And I know it's different folks and different strokes, but I'm just not someone that sits there and fucking watches every part of every engineer and every gameplay like that. I don't need that. I don't need to see that. When the fucking game drops on November 19th, I'm going to find it out myself, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I've been watching content on Grand Theft Auto for the past 3 years. I've made content on it for the past 2 years, but there's a line, man, for me, and I don't know how some of you lot do it. I don't know how some of you lot watch every Grand Theft Auto video. Because it's going to get to the point where you're going to play it on November 19th, and there's going to be nothing to surprise you because you've literally watched everyone talk about every single aspect, every single pixel, every single theory. Like, to the dedicated Grand Theft Auto fans out there, like, again, I'm not having a pop at you, I'm genuinely curious. Like, how are you going to be able to be excited for this video game, man? Because this game's going to come out and nothing's going to surprise you. Because you've spent the past 3 years watching everyone make every theory. I reached my limit this year, man. I can't watch all these heavily detailed videos, man, because I just can't do it. Worst side, Brian, if anyone wants to watch Stephen Root doing his best voice work, a new season of King of the Hill is out. Is it actually? King of the Hill. I always wanted to watch King of the Hill. I never made time for it. Never made time for it. I might have to, man. Unknown entity. People are so focused on micro details they forgot to appreciate the game itself, so he's got a point. I think, again, man, I think it'll be a hindrance to some people, not to a lot of people, maybe not even to the majority, but I think there'll be a lot of people out there, maybe there'll be a couple of friend brothers in this chat, where you've been watching so many breakdown videos and you've been watching so much detailed videos of Grand Theft Auto in the past 2 years, it might get to a point where you just can't let yourself enjoy this video game, because it's... The video game is now... your expectations has surpassed a video game, and unintentionally, in the grey matter, there's now something sat where it's like, okay, I'm expecting these 10 things over here, and then when it comes to vehicles, I'm expecting these 20 things over here because of what this content creator said in 2025, and then this content creator made this video in 2026 listing these 25 things over here, and so now I'm expecting this when it comes to weapons and customization. So unintentionally, even though you're really excited for the video game, when the fucking video game finally drops, your anticipation has kind of surpassed the excitement of a video game, and you've now got this, again, not everyone, but you've got sort of like this structured mentality of, right, this is going to be my experience because I've built myself up on all this shit for the past 2 years. And, you know, again, you know, I'm not, it's going to sound like it might come across like I'm being a bit of a douchebag, and I swear to God I'm not. I'm genuinely curious to know what people's mentality is when it comes to it, because I feel as though gone are the days now where people are just sat there excited for a trailer. Now people are like, no, Rockstar need to drop a trailer because I'm expecting this, and I'm expecting this, and this. So it needs to build me up to November 19th. And then when November 19th drops, I need to see this, and I need to get this, and I need to get that because this person said that over here. And it's like, where's the fucking fun going to come on November 19th, man, for a few people? Again, not everyone. I'm very fortunate, whereas I set my limit at the start of this year, man. I couldn't, like I said, man, I couldn't keep watching a lot of Grand Theft Auto, like proper, like breakdown videos. I couldn't do it because it just weren't fun anymore. That's why I don't make a lot of them. You know, like some of you like me sat there and be like, MCT, why don't you do like breakdown videos? Why don't you do like videos on like the patents and the water mechanics and the gameplay and the engineering and stuff? It's like, cause I don't watch that shit myself. You know, I'm not going to give you lot content which I don't watch. I'd be fucking like, it's the whole thing around the map. We've talked about this for a while. Like, it feels like in the past 6 months, if someone does a video on the map of Grand Theft Auto 6, you're instantly going to get at least 10,000 views, because a lot of people want to watch things about the map and the geography. And I've never really deeped the idea of doing like a full breakdown video of the map. One, because not a lot of it's confirmed. I respect the mapping project, but I don't watch mapping videos because it's like, well, all you're going to do is going to go over the mapping project. If I want to go into that shit, I'll go and look at it myself. So again, I think it's just my OCD, man. I just look at it and go, well, if I'm not watching this video, why the fuck am I going to make content on it? So, but again, I think I'm just fucking yapping now, to be honest. Steg's knocking boots. Let's see, Steg. Hey up, MCT. Still scorching today. Hope you've got your fan on, lad. I have, man. It's right here. Old gal's going well. She's keeping me fucking cut. Hey, what? Oh my God, that's not even been oh, you little prick. It's not even been pointing at me for last... We've been streaming for an hour and 35 minutes. I'm sweating a bollock off and it's not even been pointing at me. It's been pointing at the wood. Oh, you douchebag. You don't understand. You see how thick I am, right? What? No. Oh, what? Have I broke it? No. We're good. Okay, now I can feel it on my legs. Oh my God. Well, yeah, I've got my fan and she's right there, but apparently she's not been pointing at me. What a joke. Yeah, man, it's fucking boiling. The thing is, right, there was no way I was going to stream yesterday. No way I was going to stream yesterday because it was just too hot. And I looked at the weather and I was like, okay, it drops off a cliff, so Friday will be good. And the fucking weather app lied to me. It fucking lied to me, man. The weather app all week has been saying it drops off a cliff, and then Friday, it's going to be like 20 degrees. 23. It's currently, like, look at that shit. 23. Oh, fuck. Never mind, I think I just doxed myself. 23, man. Fuck's sake. And then tomorrow 20, Sunday 19. Where's the rain? Like, I get it. Yeah, sound. It's summer. Like, I was saying this to Mrs. MCT the other day, man. I don't understand. I've never been a summer guy. I don't understand how people get excited for summer. This is grim. It's fucking grim. Like, seriously, man. Like, my glasses are steaming up. I don't get how you... Man, seriously, there are people out here that's like, oh, I can't wait for summer. Weirdos. Absolute weirdos. I just don't get it, man. Like, constantly feeling grim. Constantly feeling sweaty. Ugh. I hate it, man. Give me winter. I cannot wait for winter, man. Hail, sleet, rain, wind. Oh, I'll be in my element. Ivan with a 5. Appreciate you, Ivan. That's how I feel about Grand Theft Auto 6 online players. They're not hyped like me about the new cars shown in Grand Theft Auto 6 because they all in Grand Theft Auto Online already. New to me, old to them. It's like you know, like the weekly updates for Grand Theft Auto 6. Grand Theft Auto 6, sorry. You know the Grand Theft Auto 5 Online weekly updates? I don't get how people are still entertained by that shit. Like, aren't you just getting the same shit? Am I wrong in saying that? Like, aren't you just getting like discounts on things that are already in the game? I don't know, man. Yeah, I know there's a contrast between Grand Theft Auto 5 Online and Grand Theft Auto 6. Grand Theft Auto 6 is untapped potential. But, yeah, if you take it back to what I was saying before, it's just... I am just a little bit... Not worried. I don't think worried's the right... 8 words out, waste, man. I don't think worried is the right word, the right terminology. I'd say concerned more than anything. Because I am concerned that people, diehard fans especially, have been consuming all this content that everyone's been giving them for the past 2 years. And when Grand Theft Auto 6 drops, not that it's not going to reach your expectations, but you're subconsciously going to be expecting so many things in this game. And it's the same with the extended look, man. If we use the extended look as a really good example, like I said at the very start of the stream, people are out here being like, if this extended look is less than 10 minutes long, it's gonna, like, this is gonna be shit. Man, 8 days ago, we would have loved a 60-second feature on Jason or Lucia. But because you've been told it's an extended look, now people are going off the deep end being like, it's going to be half an hour, it's 3 episodes, it's like a little mini-series. Like, whoa! What? You fucking kidding me? And like I said, when it came to May, I was done looking at the promo of Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5. But, just very quickly, if you look at the Red Dead Redemption 2 Gameplay 1 and Gameplay 2, both them trailers, none of them went over 6 minutes or 6 minutes and 6 seconds. The gameplay trailer 1 was 6 minutes and 6 seconds long. Trailer 2 was like 4 minutes something. So if this is technically going to be seen as the first gameplay trailer, this might only be like 6... I'm not saying it. 6, 8, 9, maybe 10 minutes long. But I'm seeing people be like, oh, it's going to be an half an hour feature. Like, what the fuck? Who said that? We can theorize all we want, but don't start fucking setting unrealistic expectations, man. Because if that's what you're going to be like for an extended look of the game, what are you going to be like when the game drops? You know what I mean? 1 second. Let's just have a ganders here. I'm just reading through chat. 2 secs. I'm just looking for something. I'm just scouting around. Just scouting around just to see I think we're good. We are good. Sorry, I was just personally just looking for something then. Right, Old MacDonald had a farm and he had a question. Yes, MCT. Hope you're well. Oi, Mackie D's. I always get hungry when I read your name, you little mug. Don't think it really matters what happens with the Grand Theft Auto 6 extended look. Doesn't matter if it's 20 minutes or 2 hours long. People will still complain. People thrive off it. Yeah. I mean, you spell off wrong, but I could read it. I could read it fine. Thrive of it. Thrive off it. Yeah. I'm only winding you up. Old MacDonald had a farm, but he doesn't know how to spell. Again, I'm only joking. Yeah, you do make a good point. Like, this extended look could be absolutely fantastic. This extended look could be half an hour long, and someone will genuinely sit there and complain that it weren't 31 minutes long. Like, you know what I mean? It's just... The thing is, right, the haters are going to hate on stuff no matter what. That's not the tribe that I'm bothered about. That's not the tribe that I'm concerned about. My concern is dedicated Grand Theft Auto fans that are expecting something that hasn't been promised. You look at that leak shit that dropped yesterday. There's been no confirmation that those leaks were real about this old Portuguese geezer seeing that apparently it's going to be a 3-episode thing, right? There's no confirmation of that at all. I've seen people who I know are Grand Theft Auto fans that don't agree with the whole Grand Theft Auto 6 should fail, blah, blah, blah. Saw that and have now been making theories on top of that. Being like, oh, the first episode will be this, second episode of this, third episode is this. There's nothing wrong with theorizing about things, but be realistic about your expectations. Because that leak could be bullshit. I think personally it is bullshit. And if you're now setting this level of, I expect episode 1 to be 28 minutes long and I expect episode 2 to be blah, 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 blah. And it turns out this Netflix thing is just a 6-minute extended look. There's a good chance some Grand Theft Auto fans are going to be disappointed. And you've done it to yourself, man. We've played these games before. We've been here before. Take advice from someone who's fucking been in the trenches with it. I was saying trailer 3 could drop in April. It could drop in May. It was going to drop in May. Nothing fucking came. Don't set yourself up short, man. And, like, again, the haters are going to hate. Like, ignore them. But Grand Theft Auto fans, don't for a second read leaks, read rumors, and be like, okay, this extended look is going to be fucking sick. It's going to be 10, 15 minutes minimum. There's going to be more than one of them. Like, until Netflix or Rockstar say that, come in with the very, very, very realistic bar of, I'm going to see gameplay, and it's probably going to be over 6 minutes long. Anything else is a Brucey bonus. Worst by Brian with a 10. Appreciate you, big dog. As always, Kenneth, do your motherfucking thing and tell Brian what time it is on a Dust Bowl Friday.
It's showtime!
Appreciate you, big stepper. Someone can tickle the left one. I love it when a plan comes together, and I love it when Brian starts a message out like that. Someone can tickle my left ball sack and make the right one jealous. Make the right one jealous. It's not getting below 38 degrees Celsius, 101 Fahrenheit for the next 6 days here. It feels like we will be above 43, 110. Who in their right mind likes this shit? Brian, you have to remind me again, where are you actually coming from? Like, I love how he says here. Brian, I don't know the geography. You've probably told me before and I forgot. I apologise, big stepper again. Brain the size of a Marshall peanut. But I'm assuming it's somewhere in America. Could be wrong. Don't want to be geography basist. What's the term? Geographyist? Fuck it. We'll roll with that. That ain't a word. I just fucking created a word. Brian, all jokes aside, man, I appreciate the 10. Yeah, I don't know what the weather's like in America, but here... I know Americans are sick of hearing it, but the heat in Britain, man, is fucking grim. Because our houses are built to keep heat in, because when it gets to winter, it's fucking freezing, man. So unfortunately, like, the heat in this country just gets unbearable and you can't breathe because it's so stale and it's close and it's hot, and we've not got built-in air conditioning. You know, I know a lot of places in the southern parts of America, a lot of you guys, like in Australia, have got built-in air conditioning. We haven't got that shit over here, man. Like, I've got like a Dust Bowl fan. Like, this fan is like 1,000 years old, man. And it just pumps hot air around, so it probably's not making it any better. But yeah, the heat in this country is fucking grim. That's why I just don't get it, man. I don't get when I see people in Britain be like, oh, can't wait for summer. Why? Why? It's the worst time of year. It's grim. Hey, man. I seriously, I fucking hate summer. And I sound miserable, and I don't care. I'll scream it from the rooftops. Give me snow, ice, sleet, winter. I can put more layers on. I can wrap up. We can get amongst it. But I can't peel my skin off, man, when it comes to summer. I wish I could. DJ Wood with a 5. Appreciate you, DJ. DJ, I think I've said your name before, but regardless, Ken, tell me what time it is.
It's showtime!
Appreciate you, DJW. What are we saying with the... How are people still, all in capitals, deluding themselves? The sheer depth of Red Dead Redemption 2 and how much that game surpassed expectations is all we need to realise how big Grand Theft Auto 6 is. DJ, I agree with the majority of what you've said. But I've always said when it comes to 104.5, I like to play devil's advocate. I get a bit of joy out of it. Don't know why. Maybe I've become a bit of a psycho. I do agree with what you said, but let's look at the other side of the fence. Let's flip the coin and let's look at the other side of it, shall we? Tails. Right. So DJ makes a good point. How are people still deluding themselves? The sheer depth of Red Dead Redemption 2 and how much that game surpassed expectations. All we need to realise how big Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be. Size, depth, structure, mechanics, visuals in general when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't think anyone's really questioning that, DJ. I think a lot of the naysayers, if I can try and like warp into what the naysayers' mind, if I can like sort of like take myself out of my own body, be like, oh, and go into like one of these naysayer haters, right? I think a lot of them are fueled by how the structure of the gaming industry is today, in the sense of where the majority of the big AAA titles, when they come out, there's always something wrong with them. Take it back to Cyberpunk, even take it back to like Witcher 3. Again, I weren't around when Witcher 3 came out. I weren't, not that I weren't here. I just weren't playing Witcher 3 for the first couple of years when it came out. Apparently Witcher 3 came out, a bit shit. Cyberpunk came out, worst launch. You've got Mind's Eye that's still in people's mentality. You've got Grand Theft Auto 5 13 years ago, obviously from the same company, Rockstar Games. Apparently online again. I didn't play online for the first 6 months. Apparently online servers were really, really bad. So I think a lot of people don't see it as like, oh, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a success, so Grand Theft Auto 6 will be a success. I think a lot of them look at it and go, this is the biggest video game Rockstar have tried to give us. Online weren't all crisp and golden when it came out 13 years ago. Red Dead 2 Online struggled when it first came out. And I know that obviously it's a conversation for online and story mode, but I think some people just are hesitant to put all their eggs in the basket of Grand Theft Auto 6 because I think it's a human mentality thing as well of we're all waiting for God to bleed, right? And that might sound a bit over the top when it comes to Rockstar Games. I'm not obviously saying that they're a fucking Aphrodite or anything, but let's say it how it is. If you're a hater of Grand Theft Auto, if you don't like the Grand Theft Auto franchise, what's the one thing you've been getting told pretty much your whole life of being a video gamer? Rockstar don't miss. GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, LA Noire, Red Dead, Bully, Midnight Club, Max Payne 3, Red Dead 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, GTA Online, Grand Theft Auto 4, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories. Rockstar don't miss. If you don't like the Grand Theft Auto franchise, you are now waiting for Rockstar to fail. And you're preying on it because you want to see it. So, while I agree with what DJ Ward has said, if you just look at Red Dead Redemption 2 alone, you know how much of a success Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be. I think there's a lot of people now, and more for the past 6 years since Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, that are against Grand Theft Auto and against Rockstar Games. But more than that, they're against them because they want to see perfection fall. That quote from Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin in Spider-Man 1, inch perfect. I'm trying to think of what he says. Well, what does he say? It's an absolutely fucking brilliant quote. He says something. I'm gonna bastardize it, but I'm gonna paraphrase it. He basically says something along the lines of, "These people love a hero, But the one thing they love more than a hero is to see a hero fail, fall, die trying. In spite of everything you've done for them, eventually they're going to hate you. I think I've just nailed that, by the way. But that's exactly what a lot of mentality is towards Rockstar games now. People have enjoyed Rockstar for so many years, but there's a lot of people now that just want to see them fail. Even if it's just a one-time thing. They don't want to... They can't allow perfection to exist. And if they're being told for the past 3 years this game's going to be inch perfect when it comes out, but Red Dead Redemption 2, people will genuinely look at Grand Theft Auto 6 and go, this has to fail. This has to be the one that they fuck up in. No one can reach this level of expectation. I don't care. No one's going to be able to do it. And people just prey on Rockstar's downfall and GTA 6's downfall because, like I said, they want to see... They want to see that perfect pedestal get rocked to the core, and they want to see some cookie crumble. And it's a shame, man. It's a shame that as, you know, as a human species, that's where a lot of our heads go to. P8 with the 14 ZAR MCT delay announcement. Not likely, lad. Not fucking likely. What have I told you about getting better banter, by the way? Steg has become a friend, brother Steg. I appreciate it, big cheese. Ken, do your thing.
It's showtime!
Appreciate you, brother. Right, let me try and catch up here. XYG call. The only thing I'm worried about is the characters not being as great as Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. Other than that, I think it'll be great. This, I don't expect a lot of people to agree with me when I say this. This is just my personal opinion. I'm not setting a Michael, Trevor, and Franklin bar for Jason and Lucia. One, because the dynamic's going to be different. You know, the dynamic between Michael and Trevor was really good. I've got my own personal issues with there being three protagonists. I think too much cooks spoil the broth. The dynamic between Jason and Lucia is going to be a lot different, obviously, because you got the relationship shit that we've talked about, the back and forth between them. There is a real possibility Jason and Lucia are going to stand out as better characters because they're going to have a better story to tell. Whereas Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, I've said this a bunch of times, and I know a lot of people don't agree with this. And it's nothing against the character of Franklin, but I think Grand Theft Auto 5's game and Grand Theft Auto 5's story would have been a lot better. One, if you get better villains, because I think the antagonists are just shit. But I think if you take Franklin out of the equation, I think Grand Theft Auto 5 story is a lot better if you just focus on Michael and Trevor. Because the best thing about Grand Theft Auto story is Michael and Trevor. So I'm not setting a bar of expectations like in regards to comparison. I know obviously eventually we'll compare them because, you know, we're going to. But I think the dynamic between Jason and Lucia is already 10 times different than the dynamic between the three characters that we got. So I'm not really in that headspace. I'm not like, oh, I don't think Jason and Lucia will beat Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, because for 13 years, all we've had is Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. And here's a question for you lot in chat. It'll be interesting to see what people say around this. If you could have Grand Theft Auto 7 and you take it back to a legacy character, would you rather have Nico Bellic or would you rather have Michael, Trevor, and Franklin again? I think a lot of people would go for Nico. So I'm not like sat there being like Jason and Lucia need to be better characters than Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. It might be a bit ignorant, but I'm quite confident they're going to be, because there's going to be a different dynamic. And again, I don't think there's going to be too many cooks that spoil the broth. But again, that's just a personal thing, man. Again, I love Franklin's character, but my own popular opinion around Grand Theft Auto 5 has always been I don't think that game needs to be a three-man game. But again, just my opinion. American Missile with a 2. Appreciate it, brother. Leonardo Friend Brothers. GTA 6 crew. We can be Scooter Brothers. Leonardo Friend Brothers. Grand Theft Auto 6. Oh, you're saying I should make a Grand Theft Auto 6 crew called Leonardo Friend Brothers. Hey. We'll pencil it down. I like the name. Leonida Friend Brothers. Like, if no one copyrights that, I'm all over it. You can have 5%. Cal, I'm really interested in the romantic dynamic with Jason and Lucia since it's something different. I am. I really am. I know a lot of people don't like the idea of it because, you know, they don't want romance in Grand Theft Auto. They want, you know, 1,000 miles an hour and, like, a joke every 2 minutes. You know, I get that. But it's a dynamic that has never really been fleshed out when it comes to GTA. Like, let's be honest. Tommy Vercetti wasn't really romancing anyone when it came to Vice City. CJ, you know, you could have girlfriends in San Andreas, but CJ was never really romancing anyone. Strict when it came to San Andreas. Same with Nico. You had it a little bit with, what was her name, Michelle. And it turns out that she was an undercover fed, undercover bacon. So that fell flat on its face. I mean, yeah, all right, fair enough. Nico had Kate a little bit, but the thing is, to me, again, another unpopular opinion, I really didn't like the relationship between Nico and Kate at all. A lot of times when you look at the dialogue, it felt like Kate was telling Nico who he had to be. And the thing is, Nico was such a cool character because he knew what he wanted to do and he was trying his best to be a better person. And then you go to Kate and she was annoying the piss out of him because every time you have this dialogue with Kate, it's like Kate's telling him, we can't be together if you don't do this, and you're not a bad person, Nico, but you can't be a bad person. Like, it's like, look at your fucking brothers, you piece of shit. So I was never a big fan of Kate. But I suppose you could make a bit of an argument in regards to the Grand Theft Auto games before Grand Theft Auto 5 that Nico's relationship with Kate might have been the closest thing you had to a proper relationship. Michael's relationship with Amanda, I'm not letting you have that at all. They cheat on each other frequently. That was an awful, horrendous relationship. Trevor obviously had no relationship with any woman, and Franklin, what was the girl that he was kind of with at the start, and then she broke up with him. So again, this is the first time, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first time in a Grand Theft Auto game we're going to have the story focus around a love relationship between a female and a male lead. So I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see what they do and how they attack it. And it's going to be interesting to see how they do it without making it boring, because there are a lot of, I'm not trying to be sexist, but there will be a lot of young gents out there that won't really be that interested in telling a love story in Grand Theft Auto 6. A lot of young gents would prefer taking heads off shoulders and driving 1,000 miles an hour. It's the Grand Theft Auto franchise. There's nothing wrong with wanting that. But it'll be interesting to see how Rockstar tackle it. Right, I asked the question a couple of minutes ago. We were talking about are people sort of setting a bar, the Michael, Franklin and Trevor bar for Jason and Lucia. I said I'm not personally, because I think it's going to be a completely different dynamic. And then I asked, if Michael, Trevor and Franklin are such a goated team in regards to protagonists, if Grand Theft Auto 7 came out tomorrow and it could focus on one of the characters we've had before it, would you prefer Nico from Grand Theft Auto 4, or would you prefer Michael, Trevor or Franklin? And I'm seeing Nico all day. Nico. You're not wrong, for real, it's totally different. Nico, easy Nico. Someone said Trevor, Sir Mikey, fair enough. I think I'd lean towards Trevor a little bit. Not over Nico, but I think out of the three, Nico. So everyone's saying Nico. Now I get, obviously, it's, you know, it's time dependent because a lot of people have got a bit bored of Michael, Franklin and Trevor. I get that. But again, it's just, it leans itself towards my mentality around it all. I'm not, like, my measuring stick for Grand Theft Auto 6's story isn't I need Jason and Lucia to be better characters than Michael, Trevor and Franklin. I would like Grand Theft Auto 6's story to be a bit darker and to be a bit more realistic like Grand Theft Auto 4's or Red Dead Redemption 2's. I don't think it's going to be better than Red Dead Redemption 2's story. I'm looking forward to be proven wrong. And they're going to have to do a fucking lot of good work to overlap Grand Theft Auto 4's story, because it's not just that Grand Theft Auto 4, it's also got something else that's so powerful when it comes to the gaming community now. One word. What is it? Say it louder for the dirt grubs in the back. Nostalgia. So Grand Theft Auto 6, if it's a great story, it'll get its flowers over time. If it's a better story than Grand Theft Auto 4 or Red Dead Redemption 2, it'll get its flowers straight away, and it'll just go from strength to strength throughout the years. So that's what I mean, and I think in regards to the story of GTA 6, for me personally, without waffling on too much, my measuring stick is more GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2. If it can hover around that, I'm fucking buzzing. Just because I think there's a lot of flaws with the structure of the relationship between Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. And I think it always comes down to the fact of, I think that story's a lot better just with Michael and Trevor. Words by Brian with a 5. Appreciate it, Brian. Green Goblin basically said what Harvey Dent did. You either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Yeah, that's it. And I think, to be honest, J-Dog, pause the music a sec, because I know we glossed on it very briefly, but I really like having this conversation about Rockstar Games. And I am interested to know what people think about it. So let me know what you think in the chat about this. And I apologize if I take it to Waffle House, but this is something I've never really made a video about on. I think one day I definitely will do a video on it, and it'll probably be quite a long video. Because I am very passionate is one word to use, but I'm also very intrigued for different mentality around this. I grew up in a time with Vice City, San Andreas, Bully, LA Noire, you know, Red Dead, you all know the CV, right? And I never remember a time where anyone was giving Rockstar Games shit. The only time I remember very briefly was when Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, and a lot of people at my school were like, this is boring, because they were comparing it to San Andreas. Over time, Grand Theft Auto 4's had its flowers. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, no one was giving Grand Theft Auto 5 shit. No one was giving the antagonist shit for years, right? And this is the first time I've seen so much hate directed towards Rockstar Games. And my question is to everyone, it's like, yes, it's 2026 and everyone hates everything, but is it just simply the fact of Rockstar? Sorry, they've just tweeted out. Claim up to GTA. Sorry, Rockstar, I've just tweeted out 2 secs. Claim up to GTA 2 million and sprunk sweatsuit and e-collar. Right, let's talk about the Twitch drops, which is fine. So if we get back on topic here, my question is, has Rockstar just become too successful now? Have Rockstar literally built themselves up to a point where people are used to banger after banger after banger, and it's now at the point where people are just bored of it. People are sick. Not obviously everyone, you know, I'm looking forward to Grand Theft Auto 6, the majority of you are, but I'm talking more about the haters, you know, the people that really don't like the idea of Grand Theft Auto 6, they want it to fail and stuff. Are there people that possibly enjoyed Grand Theft Auto titles back in the day, Red Dead when it came out, but they've looked at it and gone, right, this company is too big. They've given us too many good video games. Like we said before, a lot of people want to see gods bleed. Is there a mentality now with Rockstar Games that people want to see them fail because there is no other company in the gaming industry right now that has got the stellar record that they have? Look at the biggest companies that are going right now in regards to gaming. Whether you like it or not, I think a strong argument would say EA Games, possibly. Everyone shits on EA Games every year. Bethesda, people have been shit on Bethesda for years because fucking fans make a better version of the video games that they give people, right? Who else have we got? CD Projekt Red, say less about Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's an incredible video game, but the launch was horrendous. Rockstar have got such a stellar track record. I just think that we've crept and we've kind of like crip walked into this modern day thinking now of being like, okay, we're all waiting for it. We're all waiting for Rockstar to drop the ball. We're all waiting for Rockstar to give us a Cyberpunk moment. And a lot of people are waiting on it in regards to Grand Theft Auto 6. And it's a shame because that's how a lot of people think in 2026. But have Rockstar just made a rod for their own back? And it's fucking nuts that this is what you get. And I'm not defending Rockstar. I've called Rockstar Games out. You lot know how much I've called Rockstar Games out in the past couple of years. But it's fucking crazy that you give everyone so many incredible, massive, detailed video games across the span of 20, 30 years. And this is what you're met with. And it comes down to the Willem Dafoe Green Goblin comment. It comes down to Harvey Dent comment. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And I think for a lot of people, in their eyes, Rockstar have become the villain because they've become too successful. If Rockstar would have made Grand Theft Auto 4 and gone out on the shield with Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, and then gone out on the shield on Red Dead Redemption 2, and you just weren't getting Grand Theft Auto 6, every fucking person on planet Earth would be sat there being like, we need Grand Theft Auto 6, man. Where's Grand Theft Auto 6? If they stopped updating Grand Theft Auto Online and just gave up with Red Dead Online, everyone would be like, where's Rockstar gone? We need Rockstar. Rockstar were the only company in the world that gave us so many great detailed video games. Because Rockstar is still going, they've now become the villain. And I think it's really intriguing to think of it like that, because how the fuck does that happen? Crazy. Mad. Steg with a 10. Steg, I appreciate it, Big Stepper. I really do, Ken. Double time.
It's showtime!
Sit in that seatbelt, bitch!
Oh, Steg with a 10. Let me read this. Can't wait for the story mode. I got into Grand Theft Auto Online too late, and when I tried it, it was already too big of a beast for me to enjoy. I am looking forward to diving into new online from the beginning. Yeah, Steg, it's... I think me and you might have had like different experiences with Grand Theft Auto Online. Like you say, you've come into it too late. I not religiously, but I've been playing Grand Theft Auto Online for a while. But I'm kind of where you're at right now, where I'm not interested in Grand Theft Auto Online at all, and I'm only interested in Grand Theft Auto 6. And I think you're seeing it from a few content creators as well. Like, again, I'll use TGG as an example. You know, TGG himself literally admitted on his live stream today, once this extended look comes out, he would prefer just making Grand Theft Auto 6 content going forward. Like, that's one of the biggest Grand Theft Auto 5 online content creators going. And he's like, look, obviously I'm paraphrasing, I'm not putting words in his mouth, but other than the DLCs you get summer and winter, what's the big draw for Grand Theft Auto Online now? You know? I was talking about this when the Court Center Heist dropped. Summer DLCs, winter DLCs, you know, they're always eye-catching, but in that 6-month window, if you don't get a DLC in March, and you don't get like a really intriguing update for 6 months, what's the draw for the next 6 months in Grand Theft Auto Online? So I'm with you, man. I'm looking forward to Grand Theft Auto 6, obviously, but I think I'm more looking forward to Grand Theft Auto 6 because there's nothing drawing me towards Grand Theft Auto 5 anymore. It's old yellow, man. At some point, we're going to have to put that old boy out to pasture. Please with a 2. Appreciate it, lad. Why would the story be better without Franklin? Oh, man. I've got into this a fair few times. Right, Jared, pause me a sec. I'm gonna try and make this as quick as I possibly can do. Why would the story be better without Franklin? The best part about the story of Grand Theft Auto 5, it's different folks and different strokes. This is just my personal opinion. The best part about Grand Theft Auto 5 story is the dynamic between Trevor and Franklin. One of the best scenes that we get throughout Grand Theft Auto 5 is the graveyard scene with Trevor and Franklin, sorry. Did I say Trevor and Franklin? I meant Michael and Trevor. One of the best scenes that we get in Grand Theft Auto 5 is the graveyard scene with Trevor and Michael. That harps all the way back to the introduction. The introduction was brilliant and it doesn't involve Franklin at all. No offense to Franklin, but the big story is the dynamic between Michael and Trevor. Trevor saw Michael as his best friend. It wasn't reciprocated with Michael, even though he tells Trevor that it was. It wasn't. Michael's plan, if it had gone right, if Michael's plan had gone right, Trevor would be taking a fucking dirt nap. So what kind of best friend bullshit is that, right? That's the introduction to the video game. Then you play through the majority of like the first hour, 2 hours, and obviously it's It's Franklin having his own introduction, meeting Michael. Again, I like Franklin. This isn't me saying Franklin's a bad character. I think Franklin's a good character. I grew up on 90s hip hop, West Coast hip hop. So like Franklin, like look at the music that was using Franklin's trailer, and you look at like Franklin's aesthetic and his clothing style and stuff. That's how I used to dress, kind of how still I dress nowadays. So I have more of a connection in regards to Franklin than I do with Michael and Trevor. That's not the dynamic here. The reason why the story will be better without Franklin is because then you just focus purely on the best part of the story, which is Trevor finding Michael still alive, finding out how to work together, finding out how to pull heists together, and finding out if they can trust each other going forward. Again, look at the fucking element of Grand Theft Auto 6, that word, trust. The issue that you've got with Franklin is Franklin at times feels as though he's holding water when it comes to Trevor and Michael. It feels like so much like the story is so much better between Trevor and Michael. A lot of the setups when it comes to the heist, it either involves Trevor in a big way or Michael in a big way. And Franklin's almost the kid that got brought in. And Franklin's the getaway driver. Like, Franklin's ability is literally like being able to drive fast without crashing, right? And that's all very well and good. But I've just always thought in my head, if you take Franklin out of the equation and Franklin becomes a side character and you can only control Michael and Trevor, just story-wise alone, I'm not saying the game, I'm saying story-wise and structure alone and character arc and development, I think the story is a lot stronger just between Trevor and Michael. If Franklin's a side character, I think the story works a lot better. I'm not saying the game's better. Again, I enjoy playing with Franklin. Like I said, I've got more of a connection age-wise and, you know, just growing up-wise to Franklin than Michael and Trevor. Because obviously, them characters are a lot older than me, especially when I was playing GTA 5 for the first time. So I connected with Franklin a lot. And, you know, I am glad Franklin's in Grand Theft Auto 5. But if you ask me the question, why do a lot of people not gravitate towards the story of Grand Theft Auto 5? I think it was because it became really convoluted. I think if you look at Grand Theft Auto 4's story, it hovers around one man and his story, and it works so well. The story of San Andreas, I think, is really underrated, and that's because... Oh, shit. And the reason is... the reason not being underrated... The reason why it's so good is, again, because it focuses on CJ and his trials and tribulations. You know, CJ wants to leave the hood, but at the same time, he's fighting for the hood. Tommy Vercetti speaks for itself. Whereas Grand Theft Auto 5, we're telling 3 different stories while trying to focus on one sole story. And it's just at times it feels like there's too much going on. And at the end, you've got to fucking dome 4 different villains. And it's like, we got 3 characters, 3 different endings, and 4 villains to kill. Hey, sorry if it pisses people off. It got convoluted. Grand Theft Auto 5 story, and I think it works better than just a 2-man than a 3. But again, I like Franklin in the game, so don't come in that shit and be like, MCT didn't want Franklin. Because I did. I liked Franklin being in the game. But story-wise, the story's better without Franklin. Cancel me. I don't even care. Cancel me. Oh, right. Now that I've rapped about that. Gear and Grade, I remember Ned Luke talking about the audition process and that Graveyard Scene was the audition that got him and Stephen Ogg their roles. Yeah, I watched that recently, actually. Man, it's such a good scene. Like, you know, if you're a saddo like me, like, you know, you really like character arcs and story development and stuff, that scene is fucking brilliant, man. It's so good. Because you got obviously, you know, Trevor eventually finds out Michael's alive. That's a really good scene when Trevor's railing that bird from behind, then obviously, you know, turns Johnny into a statistic. But that scene, that look on Trevor's face where he sees, not that Michael's alive, but he hears that phrase, "You forget 1,000 things every day," and it immediately clicks. Michael's alive. That scene's brilliant. Trevor's introduction's brilliant. Obviously, the second introduction. But everything that builds up to that graveyard scene, Trevor's still thinking that Brad's alive. Someone's writing to him, you know, and it's Brad in prison. And Trevor's whole idea is, I'm working with Michael because eventually we're going to bust Brad out the can. And then Trevor starts putting 2 and 2 together and he's like, I've got to get to Northampton because I've got to see it for myself because I'm scared to see what I know I'm going to see. Like, Trevor, let's say it is, man. Trevor knew what he was going to find. When he ripped open that casket, Trevor knew he was in that thing. And then when he gets the confirmation, that back and forth between them two, absolute cinema. Heat, for me, Grand Theft Auto 5 story modes, villain didn't cut it. They weren't intimidating enough or have the same feel or depth as previous villains. Completely agree. 100%. My biggest gripe around Grand Theft Auto 5 is the villains didn't do it for me at all. Not one villain filled me with anything at all. Don't say that in 2026. But you look at the villains that came before it as well. Tempany in San Andreas. Dmitry Raskolov, GTA 4. Even Bulgarin in GTA 4. You don't get to kill Bulgarin in Grand Theft Auto 4, but you do in the Ballad of Gay Tony. Bulgarin is a brilliantly horrible villain because he's almost like this untouchable villain. He's one of the main reasons what has happened to Nico has happened. Nico really should be hunting down Bulgarin, but instead Dmitry Raskolov comes into the picture. Raskolov becomes much more of a bitch than Bulgarin does. And throughout the whole game, we never really get that payoff with Bulgarin. So then you have to go to Baladier Tony to fucking end him. And it's just, again, those villains are a lot better than the villains we get in Grand Theft Auto 5. But again, a big argument that a lot of people have around Grand Theft Auto 5 is it's too comical, it didn't take itself seriously enough. And I think they were playing catch-up from Grand Theft Auto 4. I've spoke about this a lot. My mentality without working at Rockstar is, I think they saw the reaction to Grand Theft Auto 4 and was like, right, the next Grand Theft Auto game, we have to take it back to being funny. We went too dark with Grand Theft Auto 4. And it's a shame, man. It's a real shame, because Grand Theft Auto 5, again, not to harp on Franklin, I like Franklin in the game, but you take Franklin out of that story and you go a little bit darker, and you maybe turn Dave into a, like, maybe, I'm waffling now, I apologise, I'll come to chat in a sec, but take Franklin out of the equation. Dave has now become the head of the FIB, and Dave is untouchable and we can't get to him, and Dave's turned on Michael, and Michael has to trust Trevor, and Michael apologises to Trevor, and it's like, look, I'm sorry for what went down, I had a family to think about, but Dave now is after us with the whole FIB, and if we don't work together, you could have that sort of like Kane and Lynch thing going on. Man, sorry, Frank, I love you, brother, but that story's better than what we got in Grand Theft Auto 5. But again, you know, without sounding like a kiss ass, sometimes I don't really like harping on the story of Grand Theft Auto 5 too much, because it's from Dan Houser and his team that literally gave us Red Dead Redemption 2, so I will always trust Dan Houser and his team to give you a great story, but yeah, those antagonists weren't it, man. They weren't it. Well, probably Micah is the best example of a good villain. Micah Bell. There's one. There's one. I think the best... I think you've skipped one. Micah's a good villain, don't get me wrong. But there's a problem with Micah. He's too likable. Micah is a piece of shit. He's a racist piece of shit. He's a sexist piece of shit. But, and I hate saying that someone's sexist and racist. Again, it's pictures on a screen. Don't fucking take this thing seriously. I'm just saying. The overall structure of Micah Bell when it comes to the game of Red Dead Redemption 2, because it's comical, because there's times where you find him funny, there's times where I think if Micah would have ended that video game without us killing him, I think some people would have been like, you know what, Micah won, one win for the bad guy, right? I think if you're looking for a pure example of a brilliant villain, you've missed the obvious. And I'm going to sound like a Rockstar Glazer and a Dan Houser Glazer, I don't care. What Rockstar Games and the writers did with Dutch van der Linde, fucking incredible, man. They took a piece of shit villain from Red Dead Redemption 1 who was literally shot an innocent woman in front of us. Hey, Dutch van der Linde, you finish Red Dead Redemption 1, glad that he's dead. And you take us to Red Dead Redemption 2, and there is so much of Red Dead Redemption 2 where we sympathise with Dutch, where we find him a little bit comical at times. I've got a plan, we just need money. And you see the downfall of Dutch. Not completely, by the way, but you see the downfall and the domino effect, and the first domino, and the knock-on effect from Dutch in Chapter 1, going through all the way to the end of the game. And when it starts to hit Arthur, when it's just him and Dutch kills the woman, and he says, but you said you knew Spanish. Now I know that everyone finds that as a comical scene, but that scene's really quite powerful, man, because that's when Arthur really starts clocking on to, this is a guy that I've looked up to for so many years, and he's turning. He's actually turning into the thing that we hate. He's turning into the Colmore Driscoll. He's turning into a piece of shit. And you know he turns into a piece of shit because you played Red Dead Redemption 1. And to do what they did with Dutch, I think is fucking brilliant. Whereas Micah, I like Micah as a villain. Again, he says all the wrong things. Again, he's racist, he's sexist, blah, blah, blah. And we kill him in the end. But Micah's one of them villains where, if you look at not just video games, but you look at films and TV series in general, if you make a villain quite comical, a lot of people will say, oh, he's a brilliant villain. A brilliant villain is someone who, at the end of the video game, I'm so happy he's dead. A brilliant villain is an absolute scumbag that I can't stand. Brilliant, like... I'm trying to think of an actual villain where they died at the end and I was so happy they died. Harry Potter, Bellatrix Lestrange. Brilliant villain. Comical? Yeah. Sadistic? Yeah. Killed Dobby? I want you dead in the ground. When Bellatrix got murked, I was buzzing. I was well happy. When Micah died in Red Dead Redemption 2, I was like, yeah, checks out. He's a piece of shit. He deserves to die. So, Micah's a good villain, don't get me wrong, but I think if we're talking about brilliant villains, just for me, you can't skip Dutch van der Linde, man. That's the fucking pinnacle. Right, let's try and get back on track, because I'm just waffling today, man. I apologise. You lot have got me talking about some character shit you know I love. This is why I can't cover Grand Theft Auto Online, man. This is why I've got to cover Grand Theft Auto Story, man. I'm in deep with story mode. I can't do this online shit. Unless online gets a good story, but that's a bridge we'll cross. JM with the 2. Jezza, sorry man, I know that it's Jezza. I just read it as JM now instead of Jezza. With the 2, appreciate it, brother. Dimitri the Goat, GT antagonist. Dimitri the Goat, Grand Theft Auto antagonists. I think it'll always be a toss-up between Dimitri and Tenpenny in regards to antagonists. Tenpenny's a brilliant villain. A brilliant villain. But he's already got the power with the police force. He's already at the head of Crash. He's already corrupt. He's already a wanker. What I like more about Dimitri is you see his sort of like mini rise. And, you know, Dimitri, I would say definitely isn't as powerful as Tenpenny. But Tenpenny starts the game at the head of Crash, and he's just a corrupt police officer. And he ends the game. Head of Crash, a corrupt police officer. Dimitri starts the game off with us as, I always forget his name, as Faustin's right-hand man, as his water boy. Dimitri plays mind games and little Chinese whispers and gets Nico to do his bidding, then turns on Nico, and throughout the rest of the game, Dimitri's trying to get rid of Nico. And then you end up with fucking Pegorino, fucking Pegorino, one of the worst mafia characters of all time. But I think why a lot of people like Dimitri so much is because you see him, very similar to Dutch, not obviously in regards to longevity, but you see him go from a little foot soldier into someone that could actually get you fucking clipped. That's why a lot of people like Dimitri, because he's a weasel and he's smart with it, and he's just, it's that build of Dimitri that a lot of people like, me included, especially with Dutch van der Linde. Whereas, you know, if you take it back to Micah, for example, Micah Bell, good villain, but do we really see that sort of rise from Micah being sort of Dutch's right-hand man to being an absolute piece of shit? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Micah isn't liked at the start of the game. Like, Micah shows up and not getting, there's that one bit. I did like Micah. I mean, I like Micah in general. You know, take away all the racism and the sexism and stuff. But I liked Micah at the very start because when he's teaming with Arthur, it felt as though Micah and Arthur could be a really good team. Micah in that bit was like, Arthur, we've got problems. And he lifts the cover and it's like, there's dead bodies over here. I like that dynamic at the very start. But then you take it back to when you get back to the hideout and everyone's like, oh, Arthur, you've got a bed over here, blah, blah, blah. Micah, you can sleep with boys. And within like the first 5 minutes of being at that settlement, you look at people's reactions towards Mike and it's like, oh, no one likes him, so he's a villain. Whereas Dimitri, it's that slow fucking build for Dimitri Rascalov, man, that makes him stand out. And that's why I think me and a lot of people really like Dimitri. So, yeah, I know I've gone a long way around it. I think I would lean more towards Dimitri over Tempany, just because Tempany is such an obvious villain. Whereas Dimitri, man, it's that build, man. It's that build. Whereas by Brian, Dimitri is a smarter Big Smoke. That's a good call. That's a good call. Yeah. Yeah, because Big Smoke, very similar, isn't it? Starts out as, you know, one of the gang. Bit of a crash foot soldier. Turns, green saber. Rest of the game feels untouchable. Reaches a certain level of power. You know the only issue that I've got with Big Smoke? The only thing I've got. I would have liked to see more of Smoke on top. The problem throughout San Andreas with Big Smoke for me is he turns at the Green Saber mission. Obviously not turns, but we find out that he's a piece of shit throughout the Green Saber mission. And then through the rest of the game, up until we dorm him, we never really come in contact with him, right? We don't really have a back and forth with him. And you could kind of say something similar to Dimitri, I suppose. But again, Dimitri, because we were working with him with Faust, and it felt a little bit different, whereas Smoke, it was just... Oh, I don't know. Saying that, if you make the argument for Big Smoke, you make the argument for Dimitri as well, because, like you say, when Dimitri turns, you pretty much don't physically see Dimitri till the end of the game. So I suppose it's kind of the same in it, but... Yeah, I think, Brian, that's a good shout from you. Dimitri's a smarter Big Smoke. Yeah, good point. I like that. I like that. Karl, that's a great moment because it showed that even Micah can be creeped out, or at least he can pretend to seem less worse than he is. What, when Micah does the thing where it's like, Arthur, we got problems over here. Yeah, man. Look, that to me, that's a really it might go a bit over the top, but that's a really slept on moment from Micah Bell, you know. Like, that's one of the only times where Micah the character, like, feels genuine, like this is a guy who you would like to have in your team. Other than, is he part of the party that is part of that scene, the best scene in Red Dead Redemption 2, where they're all walking to the manor to get Jack? Micah is part of that party, isn't he? But yeah, that first bit where they go to the cabin and the O'Driscolls are there and Dutch goes to the door and Arthur and Micah, it almost feels like Arthur and Micah are, well, they are. They're Dutch's two right-hand men, but they're sort of like simpatico, like they've got this, like this could be a fucking, think about it this way, man. If Micah weren't a piece of shit and Micah was on the level of like a John and Arthur, how fucking powerful would that be? If Arthur and Micah got together, fucking, man, Arthur would still be here today, man. Micah would have been like, oh, a minute, Strauss. What do you mean, debt collection? We'll go together. Micah would have seen it and was like, oh, a minute, he's fucking coughing, Black Lung. Yeah, man. Micah's a piece of shit. He's a villain. But that scene at the start where him and Arthur are working together, what we could have had. Gold River. Bulgarin should have been the final boss for Nico instead of Jimmy. He was, sorry, I was reading that, man. He was very underwhelming compared to Dimitri. Don't get me started on this Grand Theft Auto 4 villain shit, man. You lot aren't going to like where I go with it. Well, actually, no, you probably will do. What was the biggest thing about Grand Theft Auto 4? The DLC. Other than, obviously, Vice City having Vice City stories, GTA 3 having Liberty City stories, which were separate games, Grand Theft Auto 4 was the first game, really, to have story DLC, right? DLCs that actually could have been their own video games. And clearly they looked at it and was like, right, okay, Grand Theft Auto 4, take one of the villains from Grand Theft Auto 4 and put them in the DLC, and it basically gives people a reason to play the DLC. And they took Bulgarin. And I wish they would have done it with Pegorino. I wish Pegorino would have been the villain that we clip in Ballad of Gay Tony or The Lost and Damned. Bulgarin, like you say, but I feel for me, if you don't play Ballad of Gay Tony, there is a part of you that will probably feel cheated because you didn't get revenge on Bulgarin. I know the whole idea of Grand Theft Auto 4 is revenge isn't always the answer, blah, 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 but it's a Grand Theft Auto game. It's still a video game at the end of the day. and the fact that you had to go to a DLC, a paid DLC, by the way, like we're all sat here complaining about Netflix having a 6-hour exclusive. 2008, Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, and one of the biggest villains in the whole video game you didn't even get to finish unless you paid for another DLC. So fuck you crying. Like, where were you in 2008? But yeah, man, like that's a really good point that Bulgarin should have been the final villain with Dimitri. It shouldn't have been Dimitri and or Pegorino. I've never really given my opinion on Pegorino before because I don't really like talking about it, but Pegorino was such a shit character, man. I've got such a big affiliation for like Mafia and what's it called, Costa Nostra. You sit me down to watch a Mafia film and I'll watch the living shit out of it. And Pegorino felt like such an embarrassment to the whole idea of what a Mafia boss should be. And I get that was the whole point of him, that we weren't supposed to take him seriously and we were supposed to see him as a joke. And even Nico says that at the end of the video game. Like, you know, the heads of the other family, they see you as a fucking joke. Like, I get that. But Pegorino was just such a weak character, man. He was so shit. And other than the alternate ending, there is never really a time where you're scared of Jimmy Pegorino, right? So when I do look at it, you know, I do look back at it at times and be like, you know what? They should have just fucking attached Pegorino to the Ballad of Gay Tony, and it should have been Raskolov, Dmitry Raskolov, and Ray Bulgarin. That should have been the two final villains of Grand Theft Auto 4. But they fucking had to put one of them in the DLC. So, yeah, I've never liked that. It should have been the other way around. Knox White, the Ballad of Gay Tony, a DLC that didn't come out until 2009. Cool. Steg, just think Grand Theft Auto 6 has had 4 times plus the budget with way more advanced tech and a way longer lead time. I love Red Dead Redemption 2 so much, but I don't see how it doesn't eclipse it. Sorry, what? Grand Theft Auto 6 has had 4 times the budget with way more advanced tech and a way longer lead time. I love Red Dead Redemption 2 so much, but I don't see how it doesn't eclipse it. Man, I don't even want to get into the conversation of comparing the two, because it's apples and oranges, man. Red Dead Redemption 2, like, how many people successfully compare Red Dead Redemption 2 to Grand Theft Auto 5? You can't. You can't. It's apples and oranges, man. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a period video game that the main focus is the story, connecting with Arthur, and telling the arc of Dutch van der Linde, and fucking nailing it, by the way. And then ending on some fan service with little Johnny Marston. Grand Theft Auto 5's entire mentality is tell a good story between Michael and Trevor, bring Franklin into the fold, have multiple choice at the end of the video game, you know, all these different villains, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, you've got your online as well. Grand Theft Auto 6, I don't know where the mentality is at the moment because I've not played the video game. I don't know where Rockstar's head's at. You know, is the focus going to be on online again? Is it going to be giving us a story mode and online's track completely different? I hope it is. But I like to come to your point, brother. Like, how does Grand Theft Auto 6 not eclipse Red Dead Redemption 2 in regards to what? Like, what? Where's the comparison game? Story? I don't think Grand Theft Auto 6. I think Grand Theft Auto 6 would have to be a brilliant story to eclipse Red Dead 2 story. So already, not to be like Debbie Downer, but already I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is setting a very high bar for Grand Theft Auto 6's story. So I don't think Grand Theft Auto 6's story is going to eclipse Red Dead Redemption 2's. Then you look at sort of like the mechanics and the engineering. It's a modern day setting. You're going to have cars, helicopters, airplanes, tanks, skyscrapers to get to the top of, like all this other shit. A modern day setting, even the same engine as Red Dead Redemption 2, would feel better than Red Dead Redemption 2 because it's going to give you more. So, again, I think the comparison game, other than story, I think it's for the dogs, man, because Red Dead Redemption 2 is nothing like Grand Theft Auto at all. And again, it's not having a pop at you. You know, if one day you're going to turn around and be like, Grand Theft Auto 6 is a better video game than Red Dead Redemption 2, it'll be interesting to see what you lay up as your 10 reasons why. Because at the moment, without sounding ignorant, a modern day Grand Theft Auto 6 is obviously going to give people so much more than Red Dead Redemption 2 did. But the best thing about Red Dead Redemption 2 is the pace that you play it, the story that it tells, the character arc, the development, and Again, that's why I've always said this. This is why Red Dead Redemption 2 Online didn't work out, because people don't want to play Red Dead Redemption 2 like Grand Theft Auto Online. They want to play Red Dead Redemption 2 for the story and for Arthur Morgan and for Dutch and the Dutch Van der Linde gang and Johnny Marston and, like I said, Micah Bell and shit like that. Whereas you boot up Grand Theft Auto 5 tomorrow, you're not playing Grand Theft Auto 5 anymore for Michael, Trevor and Franklin, are you? You're playing it for online. So, but again, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Chris Lee has dropped a membership out of nowhere. Chris, it's far too generous, man. I don't deserve it, but I really appreciate it. Ken, tell him what time it was on a Friday.
It's showtime!
Appreciate you, brother. Nox White, I think one thing I wish they would have told us in Red Dead Redemption 2 was what Dutch, Bill, and Javier were doing between 1899 and 1911. We only see Dutch in Red Dead Redemption 2's epilogue plus Micah. I think Red Dead Redemption 3 is going to be your next video game, so you might get some answers, but I don't know. It depends where they go with it. Cole, how much of the writing for Grand Theft Auto 6 do you think Dan Houser had a part of before he left the company, or do you think they scrapped his ideas? Jero, pause the music, because this is a very intriguing question for people that are interested in it. I know some people, obviously, you know, don't deep the structure and the writing of video games like I do, because I'm a campaign cowboy. But I do find it interesting when we get told fucking blatant lies out here. So, MCT, what you want about? We've been told that the production and early production of Grand Theft Auto 6 didn't start until, what, 2019? Isn't that what Take the Piss Interactive said? Last year or the year before. So 2019. When did Dan Houser leave Rockstar Games? Was it 2019? It was 2020. So either it was 2020 or it was 2019, and he left March 2020. You are not fucking telling me with a straight bastard face that Grand Theft Auto 6 was not in early development in regards to the writing of the video game in at least 2019. Not only that, there was a report that came out, I think it was last year, where apparently Dan Houser had 3 different versions of a script for Grand Theft Auto 6 that was rejected by Take-Two Interactive because they were too dark. At least that's what I think it was. It was something along those lines. We covered it. There's no smoke without fire. You know what I'm like. There's no smoke without fire. There is no fucking way in hell you are telling me Dan Houser didn't at least at one point write a structure for a possibility of a story for Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, do I believe they used anything from Dan Houser? I don't. Because Dan told you himself. Did the interview with Lex Friedman? He said Grand Theft Auto 6 has got nothing to do with me. The head of the fucking company is Dan's own brother, Sam. So Dan's not going to be turning around like, Sam, I wrote that. What, like, you know what I mean? So I don't believe that Dan Houser has anything to do with the video game you're going to get on November 19th. But to sit there and genuinely believe that Dan Houser was still a part of Rockstar in 2019 and didn't at least write a fucking, there's a word for it. Not a feature. Not a synopsis. There's a word for it and I can't think of it. But you are not telling me Dan Houser didn't at least one time write an outline for Grand Theft Auto 6. It got rumoured, it got reported on last year. So I think bare minimum, before Dan left, he had a treatment. That's it. You're not telling me Dan Houser didn't at least write a treatment for a version of Grand Theft Auto 6. Again, there's no smoke without fire. And I also came with a theory a while ago. I don't work at Rockstar, so take this with a pinch of salt. I've had a theory for a long time. Dan Houser has literally told you time and time again, his biggest inspirations aren't video games, they're films. They literally got inspired for Grand Theft Auto 5 through Heat, right? What's the biggest thing that happened to Grand Theft Auto 5? GTA Online. Look at the writing of GTA Online. I think it's fair to say that Dan Houser weren't writing Grand Theft Auto Online. I think Dan Houser fully and his team fully, after a year or two of Grand Theft Auto, went and wrote Red Dead Redemption 2. And their main focus was Red Dead Redemption 2. That's why it was so good. My theory for a while has been, I think Dan Houser possibly left Rockstar Games because Grand Theft Auto 6's focus wasn't going to be story-driven video games anymore. It was going to be Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online, the franchises in regards to live service. Whether you like it or not, it makes sense. Grand Theft Auto 5 Online makes so much money. Grand Theft Auto 6 Online is going to make so much money. You've also got the RP servers, Rockstar's online modding engine, user-generated content. All that shit is going to be coming to Grand Theft Auto 6. All that shit is going to have monetization structures. And that's not me being like, don't be excited for Grand Theft Auto 6's story because Dan Houser isn't there and the focus is going to be on online. I'm not saying that at all. But I've had a bit of a black conspiracy theory for a while that Dan was like, okay, I'll go off and make my own shit. Because if the focus isn't going to be story-based video games anymore, my inspiration is literally taken from stories from films. And if I ain't doing that with Grand Theft Auto 6, I'll go off and make my own shit. You've seen it. He's admitted it in interviews. He's literally made Absurd Ventures where he's now telling his own stories. So my conspiracy theory for a long time, man, is I think Dan's idea of what he wanted to do with Grand Theft Auto 6 didn't line up with Take-Two Interactive's. And not only that, if you then look at the rumours and the reports that came out last year that Dan had 3 different versions of a Grand Theft Auto script scrapped because they were too dark, is that not smoke towards a fire? I might be reading 2 and 2 into it and coming up with 15, but I feel as though if you look at all that shit and you look at what Dan tells you in an interview and you look at what he's doing with Absurd Ventures now, it does feel to me as though what Dan Houser and his writing team, I know a lot of the writing team is still at Rockstar Games, but the ones that have left, not Leslie Benzies, Laszlo Jones. I think if you look at the inspiration of what the other games gave, if you look at the inspiration for what the other games gave you, and you look at the future of Grand Theft Auto and the future of Red Dead possibly being online, maybe looked at him and was like, you know what, this ain't for us. So who knows? I really don't know, but that's been my theory for a long time, man. So, like I said, I'm still excited for the story of Grand Theft Auto 6. I still think it'll be really good, but there is a part of me that thinks that maybe Dan was supposed to be writing the story for Grand Theft Auto 6. He tried. His idea and Take-Two's ideas didn't line up. I was like, sound, I'm ducking out. Peace out. But again, it's just a theory. You know, don't take it seriously. Jesbid5, appreciate you, Jez. What we're saying, what is your Mount Rushmore of video game protagonists? Chat, the question goes out to you too. Oh, Jezza, what a question that is. Chat, that does go out to you too. I'm going to be interested to see what people say about that. Mount Rushmore of protagonists. Oh man, that's a loaded question. If I say the wrong thing here, people are going to bury me. I say the wrong names here, people are going to turn around and go, oh, he's not a real video game player. Okay, let's start off with an absolute banger. Guybrush Threepwood. And we'll cook him. Guybrush Threepwood, number 1. And this is just my list, so you can all suck eggs. Number 2. Arthur Morgan or Nico Bellic has to be in this list. Or both of them. Fuck it, I'm going both. I'm a Rockstar Games fan, you can suck out. Guybrush Threepwood, Arthur Morgan, Nico Bellic. We need one more. Off the top of the dome, we need one more. I don't want to go Rockstar Games because we've already had 2. Oh, this is a tricky one. Steg, Joe, The Last of Us. 2 people have said Joel from The Last of Us. That's a good shout. I only played The Last of Us once, though. Can I really put Joel on my Mount Rushmore if I've only played Last of Us once? Kane and Lynch is a great shout. Again, I only played Kane and Lynch once, though. Oh, what a fucking question. What a fucking question. One more. We need one more for the Mount Rushmore. Guybrush Threepwood, Nico Bellic, Arthur Morgan, and we can't have another Rockstar game character. Everyone's saying Joel. Kratos. I've only played 2 God of War games. I can't put Kratos on there. I don't play Resident Evil, so I can't put Leon on there. Oh, man. Oh, brother. Tony Hawk. Nice. So I like, yeah, Tony Hawk shout. Nathan Drake. What a fucking shout that is. What a shout. What a shout. I can't put Call of Duty characters in there because I don't play Call of Duty and I give Call of Duty shit. I respect Call of Duty's campaign, you know. Ghost would have an honourable mention from me. Clementine Pac-Man. Ha! Cal, just off IMCTV. Love the stream as usual. Cal, I appreciate it, brother. I'll catch you next week if you're knocking about. V from Cyberpunk. Oh, what a shout. What a shout. Which one, male or female? Mario. You know what? You fucking know what? You might laugh. Mario's a big honourable mention, you know. Think about it. One of the longest standing franchises in gaming history. You say the name Mario, 99% of people on planet Earth think of a little plumber in a red suit. Mario, man, Mario's a fucking really good shout. The fucking respect for myself, though, I can't put a fucking Nintendo character on there. Link's another honourable mention. Ezio, yeah. Ezio's a good fucking shout. Oh. Chris says Mario, Master Chief, Sonic, Pac-Man, and Link. There ain't no space. There ain't no space for 5. Oh, why have you got 5, you little mug? Mount Rushmore's 4 heads, not 5. Remove one. It'll be interesting to see. Oi, who do you reckon he takes out there? Pac-Man, Mario, Master Chief, Sonic, Pac-Man, or Link? Wow, that's some shit, Chris. I love you, but that's some shit list. That Mario, Master Chief, Sonic, Pac-Man, and Link in a Grand Theft Auto stream. No, I'm only joking, but I'm only winding you up. I mean, look, Legacy. I think that's a Legacy list right there, isn't it? Let's be honest. Mario, Master Chief, Sonic, Pac. That's a Legacy. You know, that's a Legacy Rushmore. I'll give you that. That's a Legacy Rushmore. But I've always said, man, Guybrush Threepwood's on this list for me. Escape from Monkey Island was my first favourite video game of all time, so you can all lick tip. Tommy Vercetti would have been on there for me, but just over the years, Rockstar have given us better characters. Nico Bellic and Arthur Morgan are there, but I can't have I can't go 3 Rockstar characters. I know I'm a Rockstar fan, but fucking hell, come on, let's put a bit of variety in there. Man, I really don't want to. I really don't want to fucking put Mario as the 4th head on my Mount Rushmore, man, next to Arthur Morgan and Nico Bellic. My comedy character is already Guybrush Threepwood. I can't have 2 characters. Man, I can't have 2 comedy characters. Crash Bandicoot, honourable mention. Spyro is an honourable mention for me. Fucking Gex is an honourable mention for me. I loved Gex the Gecko back in day, man. Oh my god. Ash from Pokemon. I'm not letting you have that. I'm not letting you have Ash. Ash isn't remembered as a video game character, is he? I mean, in general, as a character, Ash from Pokemon probably is on someone's Mount Rushmore in the world, but not for video games. Johnny Marston, can't have another Rockstar Games character, man. Again, Arthur Morgan, Nathan Drake, Nico Bellic, and Connor from Detroit Becoming Human. Yeah, I was thinking of Connor, but Detroit Becoming Human isn't just about Connor, is it? I'm leaning towards Nathan Drake, but there's better characters. I love Uncharted, but there's fucking better characters than Nico Drake. Than Nathan Drake. Laura Croft, yep, honourable. Geralt, honourable. Worst I ran, Mario is the OG. He revived the entire industry. Sonic moved Sega consoles. Link moved the NES. Pac-Man is just a classic. No one else is close to these four. Yeah, worst I ran, like Legacy, 100% completely agree. Obviously, it's different folks and different strokes, but I'm not going Legacy. I'm going in the fucking heart, man. If you tell me tomorrow I can only have 4 video games to play for the rest of my life, I'm not picking a Mario game. I'm not picking a Sonic game. I'm picking Red Dead Redemption 2, possibly Grand Theft Auto 4, and definitely Escape from Monkey Island. But they're just me. That's just my nostalgia. I was gonna say I really love and defend the Spider-Man games, man. But I can't have Peter Parker in there. We're crossing boundaries now, aren't we? Poxy Bear, Arthur Morgan, Tommy Vercetti, Sam Fisher, and Nathan Drake. Yeah. Yep. Ellie. Again, I've only played Last of Us once, so I can't put Joel or Ellie in. Joel's a very big honourable mention, man. Joel's a very... Solid Snake. Only played 2 Metal Gear Solid games, man. I can't put Solid Snake in there. I'll be putting Action Man in before I put in Sonic Snake. I played the Action Man game like 10 times when I was a kid. Heat, did you like Dead Rising? MCT, Frank West and Chuck Green. Dead Rising, never played it. Never played it. John Cena from WWE games. Ha! I've played more WWE games than Last of Us and that. Cool, what? The story makes the character, so if the story is great, you'll go into the character. Cool, I agree 90% of that. Sometimes I think the character can stand out. For me, again, nostalgia-wise, Guybrush Threepwood from Escape from Monkey Island. That game was really good, but Guybrush Threepwood, when I was a kid, that light comedy, I fucking love it, man. I will go to bat for Escape from Monkey Island and say it's one of the most underrated, casual, funny video games that ever existed, and it doesn't get the flowers it deserves. But I will say that because it's one of my childhood video games. What about Geralt? I never finished The Witcher. I only played The Witcher 3 a bunch of times, so I can't put Geralt in, but I said before, Geralt is a very big honourable mention. As is people like Kratos, people like Joel, but I only played those games once or twice. I am leaning towards Nathan Drake because when I first played Uncharted, I was obsessed with Uncharted. I fucking loved Uncharted, and I loved the character of Nathan. So for me, I'm leaning towards Nathan Drake because I'm going more story characters. I'm not going legacy. Commander Shepard, for the Call of Duty fans, definitely. I'm not a Call of Duty fan. Captain Price. I'd lean more towards Ghost before I went towards them. That shows how much I play Call of Duty. Steg MCT, you're sleeping on The Last of Us 2. Best combat mechanics ever in a video game, and the story is gut-wrenching. Steg, I'll take your word for it, man. I only played a bit of The Last of Us 2. I know what happens, obviously. I got to the part just before Joel met the old fucking 4-iron. Appreciate you. In a bit. I can't respectively talk about The Last of Us 2 when I didn't even get halfway through it. So I have respect for The Last of Us, but again, I only played The Last of Us 1 once, or maybe twice. And Last of Us 2, I didn't even get halfway through it. But I respect it. Lookman, Nathan Drake, Ratchet and Clank, Solid Snake, last but not least Kratos. It's a good list. It's a good list. Ratchet and Clank. I played a little bit of Ratchet and Clank, but not a lot. Again, Jack and Daxter. When I was a kid, man, I loved the living shit out of Jack and Daxter. Jack and Daxter is a very big honourable mention for me, as is Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. Right. Do I shit out here and not give you a fourth? I can't go Nathan Drake. I mean, I can, because I'm going story-based video games. Detroit Becoming Human, man. If Detroit Becoming Human was focused on one main character, I'd have gone for the main character of Detroit Becoming Human, but I can't go for Connor when there's 3 other characters that are just as important as him. I mean, fucking Clancy Brown in Detroit Becoming Humans as good as they are. I keep coming back to Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake's a placeholder, man. I'm putting Nathan Drake up there as my loose fourth. We could easily change that, but I'm gonna finish on a loose fourth with Nathan Drake. Just for me personally, again, Guybrush Threepwood is there for me personally, nostalgia-wise. Then Nico and Arthur speak for themselves. And Nathan Drake, just because, like, the character's brilliant. And he stands alone in the Uncharted series. Obviously, Sully's a good character, but man, I loved the living shit out of the Uncharted video games when I played them, and he's just such a good character. So I'll go that. But there's no way a lot of people will agree with my list, and I don't blame you. Again, when it comes to Mount Rushmores, it's your own personal list, right? Nostalgia, legacy, you do what you want. Aiden Pierce from Watch Dogs. I never finished Watch Dogs. I really wish I would have done. I liked Watch Dogs. I did like it. Hey, all the bad guy. Berbatov, Moussa Dembele, Jordan Lescott, Kevin Nolan are my 4. Messi's left foot, Messi's right foot, Messi's head, and Messi's right shoulder. That's my 4 for football. Nah, I'm on the line you up. Football, oh my god. We'll be here all day. Obviously, top 4 has to be what? Messi's left foot, Messi's right foot, Messi's head, and Ronaldo. Morbrak, I feel Connor is the main character of Detroit Becoming Human because in some way he is involved in all of the other characters' story. Yeah, Morbrak, I agree Connor is the main character, but he's not the most pivotal character, is he? Like, I can't remember the other two AI characters that we had. I can't remember their names, but correct me if I'm wrong, they still get to the same point. And obviously there's so many different endings, there's so many different branches, but they can still get to the majority of their points of their story without Connor, right? I fucking love Clancy Brown. I love Clancy Brown's character in Detroit Becoming Human, man. Nox White, I really don't think we should count Call of Duty characters on a gaming protagonist Mount Rushmore. Call of Duty has good characters, but they're not that good. Again, Nox, it's not for me to decide when it comes to Call of Duty. I'm not a big Call of Duty fan. I've not played it enough. Like people were saying before, like Captain Price and Captain Shepard and stuff. Like I know a lot of Call of Duty fans do see Shepard as a really pivotal character and a really good character. And I think maybe if you do look at legacy characters, you know, we had before someone was saying Master Chef, Master Chief. That's obviously the Halo franchise. If we go to the Call of Duty franchise, people would say Shepard. So, you know, again, it's when it comes to a Mount Rushmore argument, it's going to be interesting because you've only got 4 slots and everyone goes for their own personal values, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's interesting to see, you know, where people lie with shit. Scooby-Doo NCT, did you ever finish Crimson Desert? You're joking, aren't you? No way. No way. Didn't even get a quarter through it, lad. It's too big. It's too big. Unless you're a proper fan of that kind of genre, which I can take it or leave it. That fucking game goes on forever. No, I didn't get a quarter way through it. Chris Lee. What were you saying, Chris? Ronaldo or Messi? Well, considering I've just said my Mount Rushmore is Messi's left foot, Messi's right foot, Messi's head, and Cristiano Ronaldo, who do you reckon? Wayne Rooney. No, I'm on the winding you up. Reece James. No, my favourite player growing up was Frank Lampard. He's a big reason why I support Chelsea, so I'll always put Frank up there for me personally. Like, if I'm putting Guybrush Threepwood on a video game Mount Rushmore, Frank Lampard's on there for me. But Messi is the greatest football player I've ever fucking witnessed in my entire life. So I'm sorry. If you have a Mount Rushmore of football players, you have 4 that don't include Messi, and Messi's somewhere else entirely. I'm sorry. There's no. I will lick arse all day. No one has ever, in the history of watching football, no one's ever come close to him at all. Sorry. Nox White, Shepard isn't a protagonist, he's an antagonist. I think we're getting him confused with Commander Shepard from Mass Effect here. Again, Nox, I don't know Call of Duty characters. Well, who's the one I'm thinking of then? Is it Price? Wait a minute. Doesn't Shepard turn on us? Oh, yeah, he does. Sorry, I think I might be thinking of Price. I don't fucking know. Don't play Call of Duty, man. You know more about it than me. Scooby, I think I finished half of it. I like to play it here and there. But you know when it comes to when it comes to the medieval setting, and genre and vibe and aesthetic of a video game. Sorry, not of a video game, as an IP. I loved the living shit out of Lord of the Rings. Watched them all so many times. Me and Mrs. MCT was literally sat there watching Lord of the Rings 2 Towers like 5 days ago. I love the living shit out of Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. I can watch a medieval thing like Game of Thrones, watched every episode of Game of Thrones, love it. But for some reason, and I don't know why, when I play a video game, the medieval vibe and aesthetic just doesn't... the vibe isn't vibing, man. Just for me personally. I've tried things like Kingdom Come Deliverance. You know, again, tried Crimson Desert, played Elden Ring, and I just find them not quite my tempo. I don't know what it is. Films and TV series, I'm all over it. You give me Lord of the Rings, and I'm sitting down and watching it for 10 hours straight. You give me Elden Ring, and I'm playing it for 10 minutes straight. And to this day, I can't tell you why. It doesn't check. It doesn't make sense. If I love Lord of the Rings, I should enjoy the medieval setting, a video game setting, and I never have done. And I don't know why. Because it's not like there's not good games out there. There's brilliant games out there. Say, Kevin, why do you guys keep saying that Take-Two Interactive influenced Rockstar's creative direction? Strauss Zelnick rejecting a Dan Houser story pitch doesn't even sound right. He's not a writer. Laugh my ass off. Kevin, normally I'd agree with you. I'd be like, look, Strauss has got nothing to do with the writing. He is the stumbling block in the middle of the road, right? It's not directly down to Strauss. It will be down to Strauss a little bit, but it'll also be down to confidants in regards to Take the Piss Interactive, right? So I don't want people to be ignorant for a second and be like, only Sam Houser and Strauss talk about Grand Theft Auto 6. There will be teams of people at Take-Two Interactive their sole job is to liaison constantly and work constantly with Rockstar Games around the next title, and obviously the next title being Grand Theft Auto 6. So when I say things like the report came out last year, or the report came out earlier this year, that Dan Houser wrote multiple treatments and multiple scripts for Grand Theft Auto 6 and Take-Two didn't vibe with any of them, what that could easily mean is Dan Houser pitched the idea to Take-Two, and Take-Two was like, it sounds too dark, we'd prefer this instead of this. Let's say, for example, apparently one of the ones was Dan had pitched an idea where Jason or Lucy was the cop. Basically, one of the protagonists was going to be a cop. And Take-Two Interactive didn't like the sound of it. Now, I'm not saying that Strauss is sat there being like, okay, Dan, I myself am a bit of a writer. I'm not saying he said that, but I don't have a hard time believing at all that if anyone at Rockstar Interactive, if Rockstar Games wanted to go with a darker tone for Grand Theft Auto 6, Take-Two Interactive might have looked at it and gone, well, Grand Theft Auto 5 was lighter in tone, and Grand Theft Auto 5 sold more units than Grand Theft Auto 4, and Grand Theft Auto Online works a lot better with the modern, lighter tone. If we go back to going dark like Grand Theft Auto 4, how does that transition to Grand Theft Auto Online? Also, as well, look, I've had a theory for a while. I've said it publicly, and I'll stand on this. Take it how you want. I don't work at Take-Two. I don't work at Rockstar Games. I think Take-Two Interactive don't want Grand Theft Auto to be 18 rated. I think Take-Two hate the idea of Grand Theft Auto as 18 rated. Because it limits the units you can get out. Let's be real. Let's be honest with ourselves right now. As much money as Grand Theft Auto 6 makes, it will never make as much money as it would do if it was 13 rated or 12 rated. The fact that it's an 18 rated video game is always going to limit sales. They could make a fucking billion in the first second of pre-orders going live. They could have made 2. And that's how money men think. That's how Take the Piss Interactive think. So if I'm being told a report that Dan Houser had a darker story for Grand Theft Auto 6 and Take-Two Interactive didn't like the sound of it, I'm not saying Strauss was like, I'm a writer myself, and I don't like that, Dan. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the team at Take-Two Interactive might have looked at it and gone, we don't want to go dark with Grand Theft Auto 6. We want to keep it in that light mode of Grand Theft Auto 5. We want to keep it modern day. We don't want to go back to the 80s. Again, I don't work at Rockstar, I don't work at Take Piss Interactive, so I can't tell you with a definitive pump of the old chest that that's what happened. But when you say that, Kevin, it's like, why do people say that Strauss isn't a writer? It's just more to that. It's not... Like, it sounds like you've taken the hump. It sounds like you're being like, oh, why is people saying Strauss? It's like, it's not that. It's the mentality of one company in comparison to the writers of another one. That's all I'm saying. Again, not saying that I'm fucking right or that's just... I think it's just where I'm at with that. Player 11 sent 5 memberships out of nowhere. Player 11, man, far too generous, man. I really don't deserve it, but I really appreciate it. Please can we get a massive round of applause for Player 11 in the chat. Ken, do your thing.
It's showtime!
Yes, that's awesome. Yes, yeah. Come on, yeah.
Running out of H2O, man. In fact, I've just run out of H2O. Let me try and catch up here. I've fallen behind. Kevin, if anything, it's Sam Houser is one who has the power to reject the story. Dan said in the IGN interview last year that he never spoke to the execs at Take-Two as well. Right? Dan also said that he's got nothing to do with Grand Theft Auto 6, but yet we believe reports that Dan Houser wrote treatments for Grand Theft Auto 6. So where are we, Kevin? Who are we believing? Who are we believing this week, brother? Look, we got told that Dan Houser had nothing to do with Grand Theft Auto 6 at any point in this video game. But yet, the development of Grand Theft Auto 6, we're told, started in 2019, 2020. Dan didn't leave the company until 2020. There were reports saying that he wrote multiple versions of a story for Grand Theft Auto 6. So at some point, I fully believe Dan Houser had wrote something to do with Grand Theft Auto 6. Within the next year, he left. Now, I see it quite black and white. Dan's idea of Grand Theft Auto 6 didn't line up with either Sam's idea of Grand Theft Auto 6 or Take-Two Interactive's idea of Grand Theft Auto 6. If Dan's idea didn't line up with Sam's, they've worked together on every video game they've created, right? You're not telling me Dan couldn't have had a conversation with Sam and been like, look, why don't we do this instead? Why don't we do this instead? And they come together like they did with all the other fucking video games beforehand. I just don't have a hard time believing Dan wanted to make a darker version and Take-Two Interactive didn't want to go darker. That's the cut and dry of it. Say, Kevin, we don't believe those rumours. I'll speak for myself. Dan left on sabbatical in early 2019, right after Red Dead Redemption 2. Go check it. Kevin, I agree with you. Kevin, where are we at here? It sounds like you're... Kevin, it sounds like you're trying to argue me about something. Right, Kevin, so your mentality is Dan had nothing to do with Grand Theft Auto 6, even though the reports are that he literally wrote treatments for Grand Theft Auto 6. And your mentality is Take-Two Interactive have got nothing to do with the tone of Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't agree. I think Dan... The reports are Dan wrote treatments for Grand Theft Auto 6. I completely believe that, considering he was at the fucking company in 2019. I'm sorry, man. I don't care what Take-Two Interactive say to me. There is no fucking way early development did not start before 2020 for this video game. The fucking game was being scheduled to come out 2025. There is no way in hell that the game didn't start early development until 2020 and they were planning on bringing it out 2025. 5 years for a video game that's bigger than Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5, along with the structure of Grand Theft Auto Online. No way, man. So the development started before 2020. Dan went on a sabbatical in 2019. Fine. But he wrote treatments for Grand Theft Auto 6. So where are we lining up here, Kevin? I don't understand. I don't... Either you think that the reports on Dan writing those treatments were bullshit. I don't think they are. I fully think Dan wrote something in regards to Grand Theft Auto 6. Because the other thing as well, which we've got to think of, is Red Dead Redemption 2 came out when? Well, in fact, you know what? I know we said 7 years ago and stuff, and I did forget the dates, but when, what was it, 2000? In 2019, 2018? When did Red Dead Redemption 2 come out? 2018, right. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out October 2018. Now, the majority of the writing, let's be fucking real with ourselves, the majority of the writing would have been done way before that. So what the fuck do you think Dan Houser's been doing for the best part of 2 years? Sitting there with thumb up his ass, he would have been structuring a rough idea in regards to Grand Theft Auto 6 going forward. Grand Theft Auto 6 would have been agreed on. Not not greenlit, but it would have been agreed on that Grand Theft Auto 6 is probably going to be the next title after Red Dead Redemption 2, right? You are not telling me the majority of the story for Red Dead Redemption 2 would have been finished way before 2018, and Dan Houser sat there at the start of 2018 towards when he takes a sabbatical in 2019. Early development for Grand Theft Auto 6 starts in 2019. Latest, sorry. You've got a fucking year's window where you're just saying the head writer at Rockstar Games was doing fuck all. Sorry, man, I don't vibe with it. I think he wrote an early treatment for Grand Theft Auto 6, a couple of different ideas, and it sounds like Take-Two Interactive didn't want to go with Dan's ideas. Whether that meant he left the company or not, I'm not too sure. But I agree with you. What you're saying is right. He did go on a sabbatical in 2019. He left the company in 2020. We just Googled it. So you are right. I'm not calling you a liar. Turn out, do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 will prioritize simulation over player freedom? At what point does making the world realistic start limited? What? Do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 will prioritize simulation over player freedom? At what point does making the world realistic start limiting what players can actually do? I wouldn't be worried about that, Teddy. I've been more worried about that when it comes to fucking Wolverine. No, I'm not worried about that. Simulation over freedom. I think one of the best things that Rockstar's ever done since Vice City was giving you that element, even if it is just the feeling if you've got complete freedom in a video game. You know, always open worlds. Even LA Noire. You know, like, look at LA Noire, man. LA Noire's got an open world and there's fuck all to do in it, but you've still got that element of complete freedom. If you're talking about like locked in story missions, I've seen this fucking mentality for a while. It's like, oh, when you boot up a story in Grand Theft Auto, it's locked in and it's not an open world anymore. It's a story mission, you clown. What do you expect? You boot up a story mission, you're going through the story mission, what do you want to do? Dip out halfway through and just come back to it later on? It's a video game. Kevin, then when the hell are we going to believe Dan Houser pitched the Grand Theft Auto 4 story in early 2006? I'm telling you, I think the reports of him writing the rough draft are fake. I don't believe it at all. That's fine, Kevin. Look, Kevin, if it comes down to me and you don't agree on that, look, there's worse things we could not agree on, right? That's obviously quite simple. You don't believe he had anything to do with Grand Theft Auto 6's early story. I do. I think if you look at the fact... Look. When it comes to, like, big budget films, scripts can take years. Look at how long fucking Matt Reeves has been trying to write the Batman 2 script. Apparently, Christopher Nolan took the best part of a year to write the Odyssey script, right? The fucking Odyssey's right there. It's a book. So you're not telling me that it takes shorter to write a script for a video game like Grand Theft Auto 6 is just to a film, right? So if it's taken Matt Reeves 2 years, 3... I know Matt Reeves dicks about a little bit, but if it's taken Matt Reeves 2-3 years to write a script and a treatment for Batman 2, I don't have a hard time believing the script for Grand Theft Auto 6 probably took anywhere between 1, 2, 3 years. I'm not saying it took 3 years, but anywhere between 1, 2, 3 years, right? If early development for Grand Theft Auto 6 didn't start until 2020/2019, I'm sorry, man. It's going to be hard to convince me that people weren't at least writing early structures, early treatments for characters or anything around 2018 when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. Because Dan Houser is the head of creative. And I know that he was still working on Red Dead Redemption 2, and I understand there were still things being taken out of Red Dead Redemption 2 a month before. I get that. They were still doing motion capture. I get all that. But in regards to the meat and bones of the story, Arthur's story, the character development, Dutch's character development, all that, the majority of that had been done within 4 years, 5 years of Red Dead Redemption 2's development, right? So I'm sorry, man, but in 2018, my personal feeling towards it is Dan Houser and the main part of the creative team, at least a little bit, would have been thinking projects ahead. The biggest project ahead, Grand Theft Auto 6. So I think bare minimum at 2018, he was at least writing little bits. I'm not saying that fucking Dan Houser spent the whole of 2018 writing a fully fleshed out script for Grand Theft Auto 6. But you're not telling me there wasn't weekends where Dan was like, look, let's just have a little fucking tweak here. If we're thinking of Grand Theft Auto 6, how can we go here? How can we go there? But again, I have no way of proving it. That's just my opinion. I could be fucking dead wrong. Kevin, why is it so hard to believe that Dan just left his responsibilities to Rupert Humphreys? Didn't Dan say in 2018 that he didn't know what the fuck they were going to do with Grand Theft Auto 6? So clearly he was burnt out. Burnt out in what sense, though? Because he's just gone and made his own video game company. He's got... Kevin, I find that mad that he's the head of creative of Rockstar Games. He's got nothing to do with the engineering, the mechanics of a video game, the structure of a video game. He is solely head of... He's admitted it in interviews. He's the head of creative. He writes the scripts. Does the stories. And he is so burnt out, he leaves Rockstar Games within a year or two. What was it? When did he announce Absurd Ventures? Was it 2021 or 2022? All right, then. So about 2 years, he announces Absurd Ventures. And Absurd Ventures makes comic books. They want to make a TV series, and they want to make 2 video games. That's a weird way of being burnt out, don't you think? Again, I'm not saying it comes across like I'm being a dick. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I have a hard time believing the writer of Red Dead Redemption 2 literally gave you Red Dead Redemption 2, does an interview with Lex Friedman, says Red Dead Redemption 2 was one of his greatest achievements, Arthur Morgan's one of his favourite characters, and he wouldn't then want to follow it up with at least Grand Theft Auto 6. So I think bare minimum, he did a bit of writing for Grand Theft Auto 6, and for whatever reason, Sam Houser didn't like it, or Take-Two Interactive didn't like it. I don't know who it was, but again, Kevin, I think it's just safe to say me and you don't agree on this at all. But again, we go back and forth on this all day, man. You don't have definitive proof, I don't have definitive proof. You've said, well, Dan left in 2019 on sabbatical. I agree, because he did. Google says he left completely in 2020, which he did. That's all we know. You know, we weren't a fly on the wall. I'd love to have been, but we weren't. But again, it sounds like me and you aren't going to agree on this, which is fine. There's no wrong with that. Whoa, would you be upset if Netflix reveal only has like 1 minute of Grand Theft Auto 6, not gameplay, and the rest is just behind the scenes? Ooh. I think that's a question for the chat. I don't know how I'd feel about that, man. While I want to keep a realistic bar, if you've promoted an extended look 3 weeks early and you drop 60 seconds of something that's on Netflix, I think I'm going to agree with a lot of people. If I sit there and it's a minute long, I'm probably going to sit there and be like, you really had to make this a Netflix premiere? Like, seriously? What? Behind the scenes stuff is cool, don't get me wrong, but does anyone else agree with me when I say this? I think it's well too early to see behind the scenes stuff. We're 3 months out from the game, man. I don't want to see behind the scenes stuff. Behind the scenes stuff, they've still not officially fucking announced the voice actors. Down to Rockstar Games at the moment, we have no clue who Jason or Lucia is, even though we pretty much know who Lucia is. But yeah, I think it's too early for behind the scenes stuff, man. Not that I'm saying I wouldn't like to see it, but you can't fucking give people behind the scenes stuff when you've not even announced the cast yet, right? Right? Jeremy, I think Dan was burnt out on long dev cycles and mentioned parody in America would be hard in modern times we live in. He does that with the Absurdiverse, though, doesn't he? The comics. Also, pretty sure he mentioned on Lex Friedman that he didn't work on Grand Theft Auto 6 at all. No, so in Lex Friedman's podcast, he said Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out and I had nothing to do with it. And I completely agree with him. I not agree with him on 6, I don't know. But I completely believe him. I believe Dan Houser. I don't want people to get confused. I'm not saying Dan Houser had anything to do with Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I have a hard time believing Red Dead Redemption 2 came out in 2018. Dan left the company in 2020. And he didn't write at least a treatment for Grand Theft Auto 6 when there's reports saying he fucking did. That's all I'm saying. I don't want people to get it confused and be like, no, you don't understand, you're not listening to me. Dan Houser wrote the script for GTA 6. I'm not saying that. Words by Brian Benzie said in an interview in 2013 they already knew where 6 was going to be, so production had already started on 6 before 5 was released. Dan's stories treatment were likely done before 2019. Wow, Brian coming in clutch. Brian, it'd be interesting to see Brian and Kevin having that conversation, because I feel like Kevin knows more than me and Brian knows more than me, so them two gents should have a conversation about this. You two should fucking get amongst it. So Leslie Benzie said in an interview in 2013 they already knew where 6 was going to be. Interesting. So production, I completely forgot about that. I roughly remember that being said. So production already started on 6 before 5 was released. Brian, I'll take your word for it, because I've not read that article myself. Like I said though, I have a hard time believing that the development of Grand Theft Auto 6 didn't start until through 2020 and the script wasn't even started until 2020. I have a really hard time believing that, because if it takes you 2 or 3 years to write scripts for big films, it must take you 2 or 3 years to write scripts for video games. You are not telling me the script and the game itself has been completed in 6 years for a game that is bigger than Red Dead Redemption 2, a game that's bigger than GTA 5. Fuck that. I ain't believing that. Mammon Animations. Never said that name for my entire goddamn life. So Kenneth, tell them what time it is.
It's showtime!
Appreciate it, Big Stepper. It's the Xbox Series S going to hold back Grand Theft Auto 6. Why the fuck would it hold back Grand Theft Auto 6? The only thing it's going to hold back, brother, is you. Now I'm only winding you up. I'm only joking. Why would Xbox Series S hold back Grand Theft Auto 6? Do you mean in regards to like stabilization and shit? No, they're not going to prioritize S. If someone's running Grand Theft Auto 6 on the Xbox Series S and they put out a clip being like, this looks like shit, everyone that's playing on Xbox X and PlayStation 5 are just going to look and go, well, yeah, you're playing on Xbox S. Like, that sounds very elitist. That sounds like I'm being a dick, and I'm not trying to be. I've got an Xbox S downstairs, right? The Xbox shit, I call it. I play video games on it, and it's fine. I play Cyberpunk on it, it's fine. I've literally been playing Far Cry 5 on it this week, it's fine. I'm not a graphics guy, though. But if you're bothered about graphics, and you're playing Grand Theft Auto 6 on Xbox Series S, you might as well go and get a GameCube. So I don't think Xbox Series S is going to hold back Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't think they're going to optimize it for Xbox Series S. At least that's my mentality. Oh, Amazanta, to be fair, Los Santos was mentioned in Grand Theft Auto 4 when Nico is talking to the Gambino Mafia boss in hospital. Los Santos was mentioned in Grand Theft Auto 4. Amazanta, we'd already had Los Santos with San Andreas. Amazanta, I think Xbox Series S won't hold back Grand Theft Auto 6, although I won't be surprised if it's stuck on 1080p 30. I'm expecting 30 frames per second on everything anyway, man, so I'm not really deep in the Xbox Series S. Like, again, I've got an Xbox Series S, but I'm not looking at playing Grand Theft Auto 6 on it. And if you've got an Xbox Series S, again, that's no offense to you. I played Red Dead Redemption 2 on a bust-out Xbox, on a bust-out TV, and I love the living shit out of it. So I'm not a fucking graphics... I'm not a graphics snob at all. You play Grand Theft Auto 6 on the Nintendo Wii if you want to, man. Get it on Game Boy. Gives a shit. Teddy Knight, MCT, it's urgent. I need you to read my previous message. Teddy, if this isn't a bang on 10 out of 10 golden message, I'm packing you up. Teddy Knight, gaming grenade, ha ha ha. Mods, ban him. I'm only joking. Let's find his other message. Teddy, what the fuck? I'm literally reading. You've talked to Tordai. You've made a laughing emoji. Where's your previous message? Which protagonist do you think is more likely to change throughout the story? Jason or Lucia, and what could cause that change? Good question. Which protagonist do you think is more likely to change throughout the story? Jason or Lucia? It's difficult, man. It's difficult because we've got such limited information. I wouldn't even want to hazard a guess. Lucia. I couldn't tell you why. Cool Water MCT, please don't read Terry Knight's previous message. Too late. Mama Animations, what do you think is Rockstar's next game going to be after Grand Theft Auto 6? Red Dead 3. Very, very quickly, I've talked about this a bunch of times in length. I think Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive are in the franchise business now, and you've got two stellar franchises. Top 3 selling video games of all time, Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 is right there. Top 4 best-selling video games in the next 3 years is going to say GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 along with Minecraft. So I think you'd be stupid if you're at Take-Two Interactive and you greenlight anything that isn't Red Dead 3 or GTA 7. I think you're fucking nutty. And I really wish it weren't like that. I'd love Bully. I'd love an LA Noire. I'd love a pirate video game. But the money's in Red Dead 3. So we'll see. Could be wrong. Hope I am wrong. I love Red Dead, but Red Dead 3 is very low on the list of video games I want to see next. But yeah. Say, Kevin, you should read the Grand Theft Auto 4 credits on Moby Games. I have incredible faith in Rupert Humphreys. He's going to kill it. I hope he stays at Rockstar after Grand Theft Auto 6, though. Kevin, no shade towards Rupert whatsoever. I think the guy will do a bang-on job. Obviously, he's been there with Dan Houser through other video games as well, so I'm no shade towards Rupert whatsoever. Again, like, you know, when me and you had our discussion before, that back and forth, you know, I'm not trying to get you and be like, no, Kevin, you're wrong. You know, we just didn't agree on, you know, when the writing started for GTA 6. That's all. That's all that is. Poxy Bear, okay, but where would the Red Dead story go now? It can go anywhere, man. Poxy, like, people could have said that at the end of Red Dead 1. At the end of Red Dead 1, like, when Red Dead 2 got announced, how many fucking people were sat there being like, sound, Red Dead 2 is going to be Jack Marston? Nope, all wrong. So I think Red Dead 3 can go in multiple different ways. I would like to see Red Dead 3 be a bit, not modern obviously, but I would like Red Dead Redemption 3 to be set sort of like maybe 10 years after, like at the very end of the Wild West, like all the cowboys, like proper rural cowboys and stuff, have all been outlawed, and like a lot more laws have come in, a lot more like federal government has come in now in regards to like towns and shit. You know, a bit more of like, you know, going to sort of like the 1920s, 1930s. That I think that'd be pretty cool. But then it's like, are you setting yourself up for limitations? Because if they do that, if one day you're even thinking about Red Dead Redemption 4, you can't call it Red Dead Redemption 4 if you're going to set in like the 1960s, you know what I mean? Right, team, I'm going to give it the last couple of minutes, and then we're going to call it time at the bar. So get your comments and get your questions in, and I will do my very best to get amongst it. Amazanta, would you say Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty and the main game's writing is the closest thing to a Rockstar written game? I don't know if I've ever said this publicly. I never got around to playing Phantom Liberty. Really wanted to. I had plans on doing it. I had plans on downloading it. And I just never got around to it for whatever reason. Would you say Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty and the main game's writing is the closest thing to a Rockstar written game? Obviously away from Phantom Liberty because I've not played it. I think it's a good shout because I fucking love video games that do tell stories within stories. And if you look at Cyberpunk, man, you can get 10,000 stories out of Cyberpunk and not even do the main missions. Cyberpunk is just incredible detail. I think there's an argument to be made that maybe CD Projekt Red tell more stories than Rockstar Games do in a single video game. But does more equivalent to better or as good as? I don't know. The issue that you got with Cyberpunk, right? And I'm not trying to give CD Projekt Red shit for this, but a lot of people forget that Cyberpunk was already heavy lore story before CD Projekt Red. It was a tabletop RPG video game back in the 1980s. Mike Pondsmith is a brilliant writer, brilliant creator. He created Cyberpunk. CD Projekt Red turned it into a video game. Now, yeah, CD Projekt Red added their own shit. Obviously, you've got The Witcher as well. Brilliant franchise. Good writing again. Only got about halfway through Witcher 3, so, you know, I can't speak bells and whistles about it. But CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk, it's very difficult because of you're taking something Mike Pondsmith had already created and making it your own. So, I don't know, man. It's difficult to compare CD Projekt Red to Rockstar games when you're talking about Cyberpunk, and because I've not played that much of The Witcher, I struggle to bounce between the two. But I'd say CD Projekt Red definitely could be seen there, without a doubt. But Cyberpunk's a difficult one, man, just because, you know, again, because all that lore's from Mike Pondsmith. You know what I mean? For Mints MTT, Grand Theft Auto 2 had a live-action short film. It was 8 minutes long with no talking, just the songs following the action. Do you think this could be possible for Netflix? Then it goes into gameplay. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Like, a lot of people think we're going to get San Andreas' introduction kind of thing. I'm expecting gameplay. If I'm expecting gameplay, I'm not expecting an 8-minute cutscene montage story thing, you know what I mean? But I could be wrong. But I think if you got a trailer last year, which 50% of the trailer was gameplay, and you're 3 months out from the video game, would it be a step back if you just gave me a 10-minute glam reel of all your cutscenes? No, man. It's difficult. I don't want to set the bar too high when it comes to that shit. Worst by Brian with a 5. Appreciate you, brother. Let me read this one time. I want a Miami Vice game. Hey, Brian, you'll get what you want and you'll like it. I want a Miami Vice game set in the 80s in the vein of LA Noire, going undercover with consequences for failing. Brian, make your own video game. I'm only winding you up. That sounds fucking sick, man. I've said if it isn't a pirate video game, the next video game I want from Rockstar is like a detective game. I know that Rockstar weren't 100% the sole developers around LA Noire, but LA Noire is a brilliant video game detective-wise. Obviously, the only worry that you've got, obviously, is the limitations. We've always talked about this when it comes to being a cop in a video game. You're always going to be limited with what you can do. But if any video game company decent wants to make a game set in Miami around the 80s, you've got it set up for you, man. I think people will lap that shit up. If you're doing a detective story, whether it's a video game or a film, and you base it in Miami in the 80s, you've got so much to work with. So much. You've got all the drugs that were going back and forth from the likes of Cuba and shit. You've got the integration of the mafia and shit. Oh, man. You've got obviously the aesthetic and the vibe alone of like the soundtrack and the fashion. It's a layup. If any fucking gaming company out there even sees what Brian's just read, because they all watch 104.5 apparently, and they even think about doing a detective video game in Miami, it's a fucking layup. In the 80s, it's a layup. Rockstation's talking about good to see old Rockstar. I always want to call him Rockstar fucking Gaming. Rockstation Gaming. Good to see the friend, brother. I think everybody just wants gameplay at this point. I think you're probably looking at a good 90% of people are wanting gameplay. I do think a lot of people would want to see sort of like the John San Andreas introduction thing that we just said. I think a lot of people would like that. I would look, I'm not going to look. If we get a 10-minute cutscene reach around circle jerk from Rockstar being like, this is the story, I'm all over it. But I will find it a little bit weird that if we get that and we don't see gameplay, like, okay, you fucking showed us gameplay last year. What? But yeah, man, I think you're all right, Rockstation. I think 90% of people probably are just sat there waiting for gameplay now. But we're all spoiled, aren't we? We're all just spoiled, and we're all impatient, and we just want to. We can't wait 3 months. We have to see gameplay now. Ted out with a 5. Appreciate you, Ted. What are we saying, lad? Can I goon while watching your stream on the 27th? Too excited. Joking, big cheese. Kiss, kiss. Teddy, what a man does in the privacy of his own home, it's up to him. No judgment from me or the Friend Brothers. But if you fucking touch that Johnson once while I'm watching some Grand Theft Auto 6 on Netflix, we're packing you up. Simple as that. And don't end that message. Of all the messages to end, don't end that message with kiss, kiss, by the way. Jesus Christ. Appreciate you, brother. Jez with the 5. Appreciate you, Jez, what we're saying. Teddy Sus. Anyways, good day to you, sir. See you next time. Big cheese. Biggest cheese. Yeah, man, that's it. I said before that we was going to run this bitch for 3 hours, and we've gone 3 hours and 35 minutes. You lot always fucking keep me going too long, man. I appreciate it. I really do. No, let's end with one more. Let's end with one more message. Poxy Bear. They can do these types of stories within the construct of Grand Theft Auto 6 Online. What types of stories? The Rockstar Games stories? Or the CD Projekt Red ones? I think you could easily make the story of Grand Theft Auto 6 10 times better. I think that goes without saying. The question is, do Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive see that as a benefit? Like, if you tell a really good story for Grand Theft Auto 6 Online, like, where does that go? Does that make people want to spend more money? Personally, I'd play Grand Theft Auto 6 Online a hell of a lot more if the story's better. But I can only speak for myself, right? Right, team, I'm officially covering up the chat now, so please, for the love of God, don't send any more questions or any more donations, because I don't want you to waste your money, your time, or your effort. Jesus Christ, man. 3 hours and 36 minutes has gone just like that. It's currently fucking boiling in this country, so I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. Look, I appreciate you unlocking boots. I really do. What we are now, 13 days away from the extended look. Nutty, man. Nutty. Keep your ears to the ground. I'd stay vigilant. If you look at all that bullshit that got leaked yesterday, I'm expecting that to get worse for the next 2 weeks. I think you're going to see more attempts at, you know, so-called leaks and how long the shit's going to be. Don't believe anything you see until Rockstar or Netflix confirm it. But apart from that, man, have a good weekend. You deserve it. If we do a video over the weekend, you'll see it. If not, I'll catch you live and direct next Tuesday. If there's something worth covering over the weekend, we'll be back on Sunday. But if not, I'll catch you on Tuesday. Anyway, man, you stay safe on those streets. Enjoy your weekend. Big cheese. And I'll probably catch you next week. I appreciate you, brother. Peace.